What's going on, my peoples? It's your boy, Mr. OBF, back one time for your mind. Welcome to the OBF, the network, people. Make sure you guys hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell button so you guys get the live streams when we go live, people. Shit. I gotta clean up in this goddamn dining room, man. Like, we keep ordering more shit. It's school time, so it's more shit keep piling up. So hopefully tomorrow, I'm off tomorrow and Thursday, so I'm gonna try to clear all this shit off. Fucking table is ridiculous. All this clutter. I'm trying to get rid of all this shit. But anyway, people, do a quick show, people. Your boy Stephen A. Smith is very, very hurt that he got his feelings hurt. He got his feelings hurt from the Black Journalist uh, uh, Institute, and he's highly hurt, people. He's highly hurt. Shout out to my brother Bell in the building. What up, brother Bell? Yeah, man. This nigga is mad hurt, man. He is devastated. you know what's crazy about it? Fuck. You know what's crazy about it is that he's like really, really hurt. And you can hear it in his voice, you can see it in his face. He's devastated. But then he still be Stephen A. So it's like, all right, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even know what he upset about. But anyway, let's listen to this bullshit.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Stephen A. I'm on vacation. I've been out of the mix the last few days because I'm busy about to send my daughter to college.
Congratulations.
And
listen, and I mean that genuinely, right? Like I mean, this is kid, man. You know what I mean? Congratulations. Another black sister going to college. I'm happy about that. So because her daddy ain't shit don't mean I ain't got a what's the name? I ain't got a you know, I ain't gotta be. I can't be excited or voting for. Not voting, but hoping that she do very well. You know what I mean? So, shout out to Stephen A. Smith's daughter. But her daddy ain't shit. But for a nigga to be on vacation and you were sitting down with your daughter getting her ready for college. Like, nah, let's move on, bro.
While I was hanging out with her for dinner on Saturday night, I saw that the National Association for Black Journalists gave me a thumbs down award. Now, I know there's a lot of people that are expecting me to go nuclear. And the reality of the situation is I just might. But at this particular moment, that's not my inclination.
Yo, let me just say something, bro. Stephen A. Smith, bro, you contradict yourself every time you speak, bro. We like at this point, man, I don't even take you serious. I don't take Stephen A. Smith serious anymore. Like, honestly, I genuinely don't. I listen. Listen, the type of shit that he does, yes, and shit that he says and how he behaves, yes, he's a danger to the community and we should shun this nigga. Just like the journalist, the Black Journalist Institution, basically shun his bitch ass. Right? This is what he needs. He needs a wake-up call. Fuck. Man, Jack, soon I let you in, man. I let fucking Nets in the house, bro. Come on, man. Yeah, you, man. Yes. Yes, don't look at me like that. But fucking net, I let him in, man. Soon I let him in from out there taking a poop. Did you eat all your food? Whatever. You need another haircut too. I know your mother just cut your bangs, but you cut some more of that shit. You need one more good cut before the winter come. But anyway, people, I can't take Stephen A. serious anymore. Yes, he's a danger to the community, but I don't take him serious anymore. Like, yo, he doesn't educate himself on shit that he talks about. He just, at this point, Stephen A. Smith is just like Michelle Obama kind of labeled him, was like a desperate housewife reality star. That's just kind of what he is at this point. He's not a real journalist anymore. He doesn't educate himself in the shit he talk about. He just randomly gives opinion. So, gives opinions. So, it is what it is. Let's move on. Because this nigga, he goes on this long ass rant for nothing.
I want to tell you, first off, before I say anything, I heard them loud and clear. I'm listening. I'm far from perfect. And I will always strive to do better on behalf of my community, for the journalism community, and beyond.
And see, this is why people fall for this bullshit, right? Like other black folks, they give Stephen A. a pass because he keep acting like he really does a lot of this shit for our community. He does not. Stephen A. Smith is a selfish coon. That's just what he is. He's a selfish sellout. I'm not trying to hear that shit. Listen, I'm not giving Stephen A. no pass. I believe Stephen A. Smith. Look, Brandon Tatum is what he is. Brandon Tatum is a known, like, he's the definition of what a coon really is. Why they do what they do. He's a self-hating Negro. Stephen A. Smith is very dangerous because he's very intelligent of how he's cooning. He's smarter than Brandon Tatum. Brandon Tatum at this point don't give a fuck how he looks. He hates himself. He hates being black. I don't believe Stephen A. Smith hates being black. I don't think he's that far gone as a coon. But he is a sellout. He will sell he will do shit to sell his people out to fit in. He do coonery shit, but a part of Stephen A. Smith really probably think that he does good for the black community in his own way, right? And so by him thinking that he does these things right for the community, he thinks he can get a pass by saying and doing certain shit that he shouldn't be doing by crossing lines and disrespecting black people, right? Like, so it's a different. Brandon Tatum just don't give a fuck. He hates being black. I don't think Stephen A. Smith hates being black. He doesn't hate being black. I just think that he's just one of those niggas that think that because he does what he does for the black community in his own way, or how the stuff that he does, it justify the other coonery behavior. And so he think he can get away with that shit. And so he's smart with it. Like, it's black people still be like, I don't think Stephen A.'s a sellout and all this and, and blah, blah, blah. Man, get the fuck out of here, bro. Like, he has done too much. I'm not going to forget what he did to Colin Kaepernick. It's like Jay-Z. I never forgive Jay-Z for what he did to Colin Kaepernick. I would never forget this nigga. These niggas, y'all fucked up a movement because y'all wanted to make money and move on with them white folks. When the black community needed you and needed you niggas to stand on business, you wouldn't. So nah, I'm not forgiving them niggas. And that's the reason I don't fuck with Steve today. It's not just a lot of the recent shit he been doing the last couple of years. I'm still mad about that Colin Kaepernick shit. I'm not forgiving that nigga for that. But anyway, let's move on. But he's slick with his coonery. And that's why he gets away with a lot of this fuck shit that he does.
In the days, in the weeks, in the years to come. But that doesn't mean that I'm not going to address what was said about me with the fervor that it deserves. Because even though I heard you, even though I am listening, even though I will always strive to do better, that doesn't negate the bullshit that the NABJ did Saturday night.
So you're not listening. Because listen, let me just explain something to you. Listen, don't get me wrong, my people. I wouldn't want to be labeled as a sellout. I wouldn't want to be shunned or looked down by my own people. Of course not. But if I'm doing some shucking and jiving shit and maybe I do know or I don't know if I'm doing it or not, right? And my people will consistently keep calling me out for my fucked up behavior, then nigga, at a certain point, you gotta take a step back and just really, are you really listening? Or you just, you know what I mean? Or you just hearing us? You hear us, but you're not listening. So, like, I don't know what to tell Stephen A at this point. Like, yo, dude, how many fucking bells and whistles and red flags is going off that's blinking, that's telling you, like, yo, nigga, you going too far. Chill the fuck out with your behavior. You crossing lines that you shouldn't be crossing with your people. And we trying to tell you over and over again. We've been telling you this shit for over a decade. But you don't want to listen. You know, Stephen A. Smith, he hard-headed, bro. Like, I don't even know why he's speaking about this shit. If you're going to go back and do what you normally do anyway, what the fuck are you upset about? What are you mad about? What are you hurt by? What is bullshit? Like, come on, bro. You're not listening, bro. You hear us, but you ain't listening. Fuck out of here, man. Let's move on.
Friday night, whichever night it was. I believe it was Saturday night. It is BS. And I get a lot of people want to pile on and they want to jump on it because you have your own individual feelings about me. I'm here to tell y'all are entitled to that.
First of all, I'm not here to pile on. I'm here to listen to your bullshit, to debunk your bullshit, because it's very easy to debunk coonery. On my behalf, it's easy for me. And I see through your bullshit. Listen, you the one full of shit. And second, like I said, second of all, I'm not here to pile on Stephen A. Smith. You are far gone. It ain't nothing I can say or a lot of people can say. Like, you're a waste of energy, bro. You just a waste of energy. You're a waste of black skin at this point. You ain't listening to us, bro. You just hear what the fuck you want to hear. Now you offended because they didn't recognize you, or they gave you the thumbs down and telling you this is why they felt that they give you thumbs down because of this situation. These situations that you have done, you acting like people lying on you or something. Nobody's lying on you, bro. Anyway, man, let's move on. Like, yo, it's one thing. If you don't mean to offend people, right? But people still tell you being offensive, maybe you got to take a step back and figure out how you can't offend people. But this whole notion that this nigga get to come out here every time, you know, he says some fuck shit and and then come back and he says some fuck shit and then people get in his ass and then he come back and say people are misconstruing what I'm saying. Nobody's misconstruing what you're saying, bro. Because the first thing you say, I'm standing on what I say. Every time you reply back after we tell, if you do fuck shit, say fuck shit, we tell you it's fuck shit, we reply to your fuck shit, and then you come back and reply to the rest of us and tell us that we taking shit out of context. Or that ain't what I was trying to say. But even before you even say any of that, you say, I stand on everything I said. So what are we taking out of context? What are we misconstruing what you saying? When you standing on what you say you standing on. This thing is crazy, man. But anyway, let's move on.
Not the Nabj. You're not entitled to that. This is me we're talking about here. I am the same guy.
For businesses of all sizes, T-Mobile is reinventing business internet with super broadband, powered by America's fastest 5G internet, plus Starlink satellites. Super broadband reaches every zip code in the U.S.
That brought a nationally we're talking about here. I am the same guy that brought a nationally televised show to a journalism conference, which is the Nabj, the last 2 years. Did you have anything to say about me then? Did I get a thumbs down then? First Take, a nationally televised show, which has been #1 for 14 straight years.
Who cares?
We came to the National Association for Black Journalists in Chicago and Cleveland, back-to-back years. Of course, I got to thank ESPN for that. They're the ones that signed off on that. Specifically, now former executive Dave Roberts. It doesn't happen without him. It doesn't happen without ESPN. But you know who else?
No white man. Nigga always got to put his bosses up there, don't he? You always got to big up his bosses. Instead, he's focusing on himself, saying, look, I brung that shit there. You ain't got to bring ESPN into this. Your bosses, they don't need no credit. This is about you. What you need your bosses for? See, Stephen A., let me explain something to you, you goofy ass nigga. We don't give a fuck about the shit. Listen, let me put it this way to make it simple. And I say this all the time. And I'm going to continue to tell people this shit. Your good got to outweigh your bad. Right now, nigga, your bad is fucking turn your good shit up. I don't give a fuck. And nigga, you don't hang around black people like that. You're not in the community. And listen, let me explain something listen, for Stephen A. Smith to be in a position as he and he talk about all the shit he has done and everything. Nigga, we don't see it. That's all I know. You see how you jump your ass on this your YouTube channel to go off on these people, but you don't show when you in Hollis, Queens and giving back and doing those things. I keep saying it. I don't know why niggas acting like we in 2026, nigga. Ain't no reason to be knocking. Trying to hide what you do for the community or you do for people. That shit is old news. People need to know what the fuck you doing. That's old shit. Nobody wants to. I'm just being real, man. Like, I don't understand, bro. I genuinely don't understand. Like, these niggas, like, you keep saying you doing all this shit, but you don't show it. You don't show it. You talk about it, but we don't see it. It's one thing to say it. It's another thing to do it. I mean, to show it. I ain't trying to hear none of that shit. Ain't talking about he brought ESPN and all that shit. You supposed to. Ain't you ESPN? Ain't you the face? So your bosses should just give you leeway anyway to do some shit like that. Nigga, you don't get no brownie points for that. You should do that anyway. It's for your people, right? What you need brownie points for? You supposed, like, it's certain shit, yo, you supposed to just do when you are in positions, and nobody got to kiss your ass and what, nigga, what you want, a cookie, nigga? You supposed to do that. You are the face of ESPN. It's your people. Yes. Bring the show to your people. Like, what the fuck? This nigga always acting like somebody owe him something. Like, yo, you do good because you're supposed to do good. You don't do good to throw it back in people's face when people call you out and be like, look at all the shit I have done. Like, get the fuck out of here with that, bro. Matter of fact, put it this way. You wouldn't be in this position to be speaking about all you done if you wasn't on asshole shit and you wasn't on coonery. If you want cooner so goddamn much, you wouldn't have to tell everybody what you do. But you coon all the fucking time. Get your cooning ass out of here. Nobody trying that shit.
Doesn't happen without me. Because if I'm not willing to show up, we ain't coming.
And we don't care.
But I was there. I was there not just to do the show. I also stood in the booth for over an hour doing the jobs fair. I also gave a speech.
This nigga.
I also mentored and talked to, as I continue to do, young, aspiring Black journalists, and I have done that religiously for decades.
Stephen A., you did it for... I ain't even gonna go into that. Listen, Stephen A., you're talking about some shit you supposed to do. Now, you don't have to, but you're supposed to do that. In your position, if you really care about your people, you're supposed to do that. Nigga, you don't get a cookie for that. I mean, like, yo, what the fuck, bro? You supposed to do that, Stephen A. You supposed to do that. You shouldn't be bringing up what you have done for the organization because they give you a thumbs down. They just called you out on some bullshit that they disagree with you on. But you ain't got to tell everybody what the fuck you have done. Shit that you supposed to do for your people, for your community. Like, nigga, like, I mean, like this is why, like, yo, that's why, honestly, my people, this is why I tell people, do not look up to celebrities no more. It's, yo, they way too arrogant. They will disappoint you with their behavior. And like I said, and it's not even just that. You got to understand, no one's perfect. And everybody got skeletons in their closet that they hide. But Stephen A., you don't get no fucking brownie points for something that you're supposed to do in the position that you are in. Put the work in, help your people. So nobody can really question you or what you do good. Right? It ain't about the good shit that you do. It's about the bad shit you've been doing. And just because you like the disguise the good shit over top of the bad shit that you do, and don't take no, like this nigga take no type of constructive criticism very well. Nobody can't give him constructive criticism. He loses his damn mind. He act like the world is against him and shit. Like, dude, they just gave you a dumb thumbs down, and you're gonna hear why they gave him a thumbs down. And he acting like people lying, or they just like over exaggerate. Like he acting like he don't know what he did. And if you don't know what you did, what the fuck are you upset about that? If you think you was right, then what are you upset about? I don't understand niggas like this.
I started my career at the Philadelphia Inquirer. I know the New York Daily News as a high school reporter. But thereafter, in 1994, I began my career at the Philadelphia Inquirer, courtesy of Sandra Long, a longtime executive.
Blah, 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 blah. God damn, nigga. We don't care. This nigga don't address what we talking about. He always deflecting. Trying to tell us about his credentials and all that other shit. Nigga, if we don't know your credentials by now, then nigga, that means you ain't that important. We know what you accomplished, Stephen A. That shit still does not give you a pass for being a motherfucking sellout. And it ain't even my opinion, nigga. Excuse me. I've been breaking down your coonery for years. And facts of how you've been a fucking sellout. For the last 10 years, I've been breaking your bullshit down. And like I said, I ain't never forgiven you what you did to Colin Kaepernick. Ever. So you ain't gotta, I'd never be a fan of Stephen A. Smith. Or Jay-Z. They can kiss my ass. This nigga think you could do a few things for some black people, then you think you can start disrespecting us. No, that's not how that works, bro. You got to be consistent. And Stephen A., you are not consistent, nigga. Listen, I ain't saying all of us got to agree on everything, but nigga, you do too much drifting and you talk about shit that you're not qualified to be talking about and you bring in harm. And if you don't understand that, then nigga, I don't know what to tell you. We keep telling you over and over, you're not qualified to be speaking about politics, but you decide to throw your hat in the ring, don't you? Because it make you some money, get you some likes, bring some paper in on your little YouTube channel. Man, nigga, please, nigga. Then got out here talking about, I'm thinking about running for president. People pushing me to run for president. Yeah, so you can make a fool of yourself. You stupid son of a bitch. Black people are not voting for you, nigga. You might get them black MAGAs, but you ain't getting the black community. Nobody voting for you, nigga. We don't take you serious. Definitely not in politics. We do not take you serious at all. You ignorant piece of shit. Fuck out of here.
Philadelphia Inquirer, synonymous with the NABJ, whom I first met at the job.
Listen, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I hope and pray that motherfucking Stephen A. Smith run for president in 2028. I hope he does. Oh, that'll make my day. I'll be so happy. Oh, I'll be so happy. Shout out to Johnson in the building. What up, Johnson? Yeah, he's a disgrace. But I hope and pray Stephen A. Smith run for president, man. That should have made my year. Honestly. I want to see this nigga get so embarrassed. Cause like he has so much of he's so arrogant. For no apparent reason. He's like an arrogant, stupid person. It's like Donald Trump. They arrogant, stupid people. They arguing for nothing. Like you argue, what, because you stupid? You say stupid shit? Listen, let me just say this. I believe that Stephen A. Smith is a little bit more intelligent than Donald Trump. But far as knowing about politics, they're about around the same. These motherfuckers ain't qualified. They are ignorant. They are stupid people. But anyway, let's move on.
Fair of the NABJ. My career started because I was at the NABJ job fair. And yet...
So now he big mad, though. He's disrespecting, he's going on this whole rant because they called him out on some shit that he actually did. They felt that he did. And you admitting that they helped build your career. Ungrateful motherfucker. But anyway, let's move on.
Saturday night, I saw the president of the organization, Aaron Haynes, go up on stage and give me a thumbs down award for disparaging black women. I received a lot of insults in my day. That might be the lowest. I'll address that in a second, but I want you all to understand the magnitude
This nigga.
of what a few board members for the NABJ elected to try and do to me.
What'd they do to
Ladies
you?
and gentlemen, did you know that in the history of the NABJ, according to my research...
No, people, no fuck commercial. Come on, man. Goddamn commercial.
Only 4 individuals have ever received the Thumbs Down Award. Usually, it's reserved.
This nigga big man. He's big man.
But myself, along with founder, owner, and president and CEO of Circle City Broadcasting, Mr. DeJuan McCoy, received it this past weekend. But also Jason Blair, the disgraced New York Times reporter. That is the category that I have now been lumped into. I've been in this business for 33 years. I'm one of 21 African Americans in this country's history to have ever been named a general sports columnist. I have climbed the charts from an intern to a high school reporter, all the way to a columnist. I've hosted national radio shows, as I do right now on SiriusXM.
Listen, Stephen A., goddamn, bro, we get it. We get what you accomplished. We get it. We get it, bro. You just deflect. That's this all. Listen, all he's doing is deflecting, telling us about his credentials and all that other shit. Like that shit mean anything to people like me. I don't give a fuck what you accomplish, because I don't have respect for you. So I don't give a fuck about your credentials. I genuinely don't. I don't give a fuck what you did. I don't give a fuck who you helped. I don't give a fuck how many accolades you got. I don't care. Because you're not hearing us. You're not hearing us. I mean, you're not listening to us. You hear us, but you're not listening. So I don't give a fuck what you talking about. You keep bringing up all these credentials to say what? You shouldn't be criticized for some shit that And you know the crazy shit about it? And it's gonna come up. But this nigga only apologized. Never mind. Let's move on.
I'm the executive producer and the star of the #1 sports morning show.
We don't care.
For the last 14 years.
We don't care. This nigga crazy, man.
And I'm 5 weeks away from being inducted into the Broadcast and Cable Hall of Fame.
And listen, and I don't care. What that mean? That's we supposed to just ignore what you did to Colin Kaepernick, huh? The disrespect that you showed Serena Williams, even if he was playing or not. Come on, man. That's somebody's wife. And we're going to get into that. But, like, come on, bro. Jasmine Crockett, Vice President Harris, Michelle Obama. This nigga had a nerve to do a show that try to clap back at Michelle Obama. At Michelle. And this nigga sitting here, I didn't like he's a victim. Because he got a thumbs down. Nigga, you deserve way more than that. You fuckery ass nigga, get the fuck out. Let's move on, people. This nigga, see, I was gonna laugh at a lot of this shit. But this nigga is starting to piss me off with his fake, like he does that fake, he's a victim type shit, and he can't take criticism. Nobody can tell him that he's wrong. Cause in his mind, he right about every goddamn. So Stephen A, you right about everything, nigga. Nobody, every time somebody say something about you or check you on some shit, you ain't never wrong. Yeah, all right, okay. If that's the case, then what the fuck? Why you even replying? You shouldn't even give a fuck what none of us say. You shouldn't even care about them giving you the thumbs down if you in the right, nigga. What the fuck are we talking about? See, the thing is, this nigga know he be in the wrong. He got checked. He got called out for his bullshit. And I'm going to tell y'all something. What really hurts black people a lot of times is when we call ourselves out. When we get called out by our own, yeah, that hurt a little more than on racist white people. Unless you just hate being black. Like Brandon Tatum and them. But Stephen A. Smith don't hate being black. He definitely wants to always be accepted by black folks. But he still want them white folks to give him that bread. So that's why he always got to keep bringing up his masses at ESPN. You the fucking face of that shit. What the fuck they gonna do to you, bro? This nigga he know he got to, never mind. Nigga, they gave y'all that money and made you the faces. They know you're a kiss ass. They know you don't stand for shit. They did what they did to Ryan Clark because Ryan Clark is a rebel. Shout out to Ryan Clark. I don't like black men crying on national TV. I don't like that shit. Sometimes you break down though. It happens. So I can't be mad at them. I can't say that. I done broke down a couple of times during the live stream. Right? But yeah, I ain't like to see that, and I ain't gonna hold that against them, but But Ron Clark is a rebel. Ron Clark gonna stand on business when it's time to stand on business. Stephen A. Smith, they chose you. They got rid of Ron Clark. And you listen, I'm gonna just be very honest with y'all. I believe Stephen A. Smith, just my opinion, I believe he be behind the scenes. Niggas like Ron Clark and them that don't kiss Stephen A. Smith ass like that. And especially when a nigga got a shine and because Ron Clark was popping. He was, right? Stephen A. Smith ain't stand up for Ron Clark, man. Fuck out of here. Same shit happened to Jamel Hill, all of them. With them rebels that you can't control, Stephen A. Smith be pretending that he be behind the scenes doing shit. I don't believe he do nothing. I believe he let that shit happen. And then try to play like, I was talking to the big bosses. I keep telling y'all, this shit ain't about money at this point with like ESPN. It ain't about no money. When they be cutting them motherfuckers, they be firing them people and shit. Especially like Ron Clark and them. No, nigga, they listen. They fired Ron Clark because it wasn't even, where the fuck is these little bugs coming from? Ever since I opened that fucking door, let this nigga in the house, man. Fuck it. I think I let bugs in there. See, the thing is, when I open up the door and let him through the door right here to the deck, I open the damn door, and we got trees all around in the fucking back. So it's flies and all types of shit out there. Soon I go out that bitch. My dumb ass, I never shut the goddamn door. You know what I mean? When I go out to let him into the cage. Let him out the cage to come back into this cage. Right? And so I had a fucking door, and I'll be letting shit come in the fucking house. I'll be fucking up. And then sometimes them motherfuckers be right there because I got lights and shit. And, they flies and all that shit and nets and shit. That shit attract them, the lights and shit. I got lights right there soon I got the door. So they right there. So soon I open the fucking door, the motherfuckers come right in. Fucking bullshit. I think I'm gonna move them damn lights and put them over there by on the other side of the deck instead of on this side. But anyway, let's move on. But what I was saying is that they got rid of Ron Clark because it wasn't about money. That shit was about this dude was being a rebel. And he ain't scared to say certain shit that need to be said. That's just what it is. Excuse me. Stephen A. Smith is somebody that is always going to be very, very careful to how he speaks to certain people. And Stephen A. Smith got juice. Ron Clark don't have the juice that Stephen A. Smith had at ESPN. So that's when soon he did some shit that them white boys ain't like, that he said, they got rid of him. That's what happened. But they wasn't going to get rid of Stephen A. Smith. They need their good old boy. Stephen A. Smith knows how to kiss that ass, man.
Howard Cosell, Dan Rather, Edward R. Murrow, Mike Wallace, Oprah Winfrey.
This nigga. Now this nigga, he with Oprah in them.
Inducted into the Broadcasting Cable Hall of Fame, and this coming September 29th, I am being inducted into the Hall of Fame, officially a Hall of Famer. But I'm not a Hall of Famer for the NABJ.
What?
So you can celebrate me to get my national television show to come to your conference. You can ask
Stephen A. First of all, nigga, you the one. They didn't ask you to bring your show there. You brought the suggestion up. I remember when this shit happened. He brought it up to them. And they was like, shit, if you could get them, if you can get ESPN to allow you to do it, right? Okay. We would love it. Like Stephen A. Like, First of all, Stephen A., you admitted it, or you admitted earlier that this organization helped you. They was the reason you became who you was. So you what's the name, man? You acting like they supposed to be grateful for something that you would think that you would want to do for them because they helped you. Like, this thing is weird, bro. But anyway, let's move on.
Mentor and speak to kids for years. I once spoke at the mentor breakfast because Robin Roberts, who's also in the Broadcast Cable Hall of Fame, by the way, was ill and battling cancer at the time, and she could not attend that morning. And they asked me to sub for her. I have all of this, but I'm getting a thumbs down award.
Stephen A., why would you even bring that up? Why? That was nobody's business. Right? And then second of all, they asked you. And then after they asked you, you said yes. So how you going to throw the shit back in their face for some shit that they asked you to do? You could have said no, nigga. But you didn't. They don't owe you shit for that. You could have said no. You did a favor. That's okay to do a favor, nigga. Listen, it's like a homie of mine, right? I do a nigga a favor. And a nigga, I'm out of pocket or doing some shit I ain't got no business doing, and he checked me. So I throw my favor in his face? The favor I gave him? Because he checking me on some shit. He's still my friend. Even though I gave him, I did a favor for him. This is basically what this nigga is saying and doing. Because my friend asked me for a favor. I said yes. Then years later or down the line, he checked me on some shit that I needed to be checked on. Or I ain't like what he did, and then now I throw the favor in his face. Yo, like, and the bad part about this whole thing is, excuse me. The bad part about it is, right, people, is that Stephen A. Smith is a grown-ass man. Stephen A. Smith damn near 60. He know better. Listen, he doing childish shit. You are grown-ass man. You are an elder at this point, nigga. Well, you will be an elder. When you hit 60, nigga, you're an elder. He ain't 60 yet, but you damn near elder, nigga. You were just a triple OG at this point. Come on, bro. Grow the fuck up, Stephen A. Nobody owes you nothing. If somebody asks you for a favor, you got a right to tell them no or yes. And then after you do the favor, you don't get to throw it in their face because you didn't like a certain situation. And then, like I said, it depends. Yo, all he gave him was the thumbs down. And like I said, what y'all gonna hear, or what he's so upset about, or why they gave him the thumbs down award, and their reason behind it, he's acting like they're lying or they like totally disrespected him. You can be offended, but that don't mean they disrespected you. They just told you how they felt. And if you can't take that, then what the fuck why do you even speak, Stephen A? Because you want everybody else to take everything you say and don't be offended. But then when motherfuckers tell you they're offended, you say you don't care. You standing on business. I don't get this nigga, man. Let's move on. Excuse me.
Really? You know, my family didn't want me to do this. My friends didn't want me to do this. They actually said, let it go. You know what else they said? They said, who the
Hold on, talk about. And you should have let it go. This probably would have ran for a little bit and it would have been over. Nobody would have cared about it. We'd have moved on from it. I probably wouldn't even talk about it. I heard about it, but I wasn't going to speak on it. And to this dumbass, because he want to get views and clicks, and somehow he's offended and hurt, he wanted to speak about it. So you making it even bigger than what it really was. So your family was right. You should have listened to him. But anyway, let's go back a little bit.
My family didn't want me to do this. My friends didn't want me to do this. They actually said, let it go. You know what else they said? They said, who the hell is the NABJ? You know what my response was? It's the place to help get me started. It's the preeminent Black journalism organization existing. It's the NABJ.
Right. So you're having a conversation with your family that knows nothing about why you're upset at an organization. So that's why I said, listen, even your family is misinformed about shit. Like, I'm just being real. His friends, whoever, they all misinformed. If they don't know who the... Never mind. Let's move on. Let's move on. This nigga tells on himself, man. Let's move on.
And it's important that I recognize that. You've had your troubles in the past. Financial issues, dissension amongst the ranks, people battling for their own shine, whole bunch of stuff that has been listed about the NABJ. What I care to recall.
So that makes it okay for you to do stupid shit and say fucked up shit about your people and attack your people. Prominent Black women it makes it okay because they had certain issues. That's what happens in any organization, but personally or what you're doing and what you have been doing. Anyway, let's move on.
Is the contributions you've attempted to make as an organization to Black upliftment and empowerment in this industry. A facetious question I may throw out, please. What the hell does this thumbs down award have to do with journalism? That's why I'm addressing it. Tell me what it has to do with journalism. Disparaging Black women? How?
At Walton University, we don't just talk about making a difference. We do it.
Tell me what it has to do with journalism.
First of all, Stephen A., we have already accomplished this. Even Mike Wilburn, your mentor, one of your mentors, has said that you're not a real journalist anymore. So I'm trying to figure out why are you bringing up journalism? You're not a real journalist anymore. You're not a real sports journalist anymore. Let me let me tell y'all something. What I noticed about Stephen A, right? And I think what he's trying to do with his whole performance of drifting and shit in politics, he waiting for a slot to open up at Fox News. And when that motherfucking spot open up, he will be leaving ESPN. Because one thing about Fox News, they pay them people. They pay them. And they will pay Stephen A. They will pay this black token Negro. Because he got the credentials. Right? They will pay him. You know what really bothered me is that you remember it was like rumors of Stephen A. Smith was highly offended that Pat McAfee came over there and got all this shit that he got, you know what I mean, from him being on YouTube and shit like that. That's why people don't really realize that. That's why part of why Stephen A. Smith got a YouTube show is because of Pat McAfee. Because he was highly offended that this dude had this sports little shit that he was doing on YouTube, which wasn't little, but it was big, and it transitioned over to where he got his own show on ESPN. Stephen A. was offended by that, and you don't hear no more about it. He speak highly about him. Excuse me, because his masters told him, "Nigga, pipe down." Do y'all know that Pat McAfee make more money than Stephen A. Smith a year? They get ready to give Pat McAfee way more money than they just gave Stephen A. that $125 million contract. Pat McAfee about to make about $200 million. But he got the #1 sports show. He the face. And they gonna get this nigga $200 million. Not even counting what he gonna make far as like you know the extra shit outside of that. And let me be very, very honest. I watched the Pat McAfee show maybe twice, maybe 3 times. That shit is trash. Pat McAfee, I don't even remember Pat McAfee being a football player. And I was a big football player, a big football fan when I did watch it. I don't remember him. He was mediocre as a football player, and he's mediocre in this realm of sports entertainment, or however you want to look at it, right? Sports entertainment, like he's mediocre. I'll put it this way. I don't fuck with Stephen A. Smith, but he ain't Stephen A. He ain't Stephen A. Smith. Just being real. Just trying to tell y'all, man, this shit is like that's the problem I have with Stephen A. Nigga, like your bosses told you to slow your roll, and Stephen A. he got a problem with Pat McAfee, but he won't speak about it because his bosses told him chill. But let a black person get out the gate. This nigga literally went to LeBron James. Pat McAfee is nowhere on LeBron James level in any realm. You can name it. He's not on that same level. But he went at the LeBron James and went on a tour disrespecting him. But, you know, it is what it is.
Disparaging black women? How? I've heard people bringing up Jasmine Crockett. She was a representative in Texas, representing 766.
He said people brought up Jasmine Crockett. No. They gave him the thumbs down because of those black sisters. Jasmine Crockett, Vice President Harris, Serena Williams, Michelle Obama, former First Lady. He acting like people brought that up. No, nigga. We would have never even talked about it if you didn't do what you did. You brought them up. When Michelle said what she said about you, nigga, you should have left it be. That's Michelle Obama, nigga. She didn't even say, like, nigga, and she wasn't lying about what she said. You can be a little offended by it, but you let that go. That's Michelle, nigga. That's former First Lady, nigga. That's royalty. That's black royalty. You ain't even on that level. Fuck your little ESPN thing. You ain't on the level of Michelle Obama to be speaking on her like that. That's royalty. You goofy ass nigga. See, the problem is, nigga, you haven't learned your place. And so now you're upset at this black journalist institution called your bitch ass out. And it hurts your feelings. Because you kept hiding behind you do some shit for black people, then black people call you out on some real high top notch shit, called you out. See, the rest of us, you don't give a fuck. You keep lying and telling us you still about our people. A lot of us don't believe it, but it's some that still believe your goofy ass. Now the top black shit upper echelon is telling you on some bullshit. You disrespect black women, and now your ass is offended all of a sudden. Man, Stephen ain't, man, listen, go take a bath and shut the fuck up. Ain't nobody trying to hear that shit, man.
1,000 people. Did I sit up there demonstratively asking, why would you curse out the president of the United States with the cameras rolling? How is that going to help you? Yes, I did. Why did I do that? Not only because she's in Texas, and I know they're a little bit different in Texas, a bit more conservative. And I didn't think that would work with her constituency down there. We also saw the issue of redistricting coming up.
Did you hear him? Did you hear him? I need y'all to hear him. Like I told you, you let a fuck nigga speak long enough, he tell on himself. And then he try to act like the rest of us is tripping. Like we didn't catch what he said. Listen, I told you I could debunk a coon. Listen to this nigga. Listen to him again.
Did I sit up there demonstratively asking, why would you curse out the president of the United States with the cameras rolling?
Demonstrativism or whatever the fuck he said. Nigga, you try to talk down to somebody that's very highly qualified more than you are in her realm. You are not even educated in her realm of what she does, false politics. And you try to talk down to her? Because she wasn't scared. Trump called you stupid. Called you an idiot. A low IQ motherfucker. Like he called a lot of black people. Excuse me. That's has way more high, even though he became the president twice, that don't mean shit. We know how stupid voters are. That's all that matters to me. You talking about motherfuckers that accomplish shit? Jasmine Crockett is very more accomplished than Donald Trump. She is very highly more intelligent than he is. Her credentials is way better than Donald Trump. And I don't give a fuck he worth $1 billion. Now, he been stealing money. His daddy and all. Listen, Donald Trump ain't never worked hard for the money he got. He been stealing it, and his daddy left him money. He didn't work hard for no goddamn money. Jasmine Crockett, her credentials. Oh, she worked hard for her money and her credentials. And you had a nerve to disrespect her. But Donald Trump called you a low IQ dude, and you said nothing. Your tone was different. You didn't disrespect him in the manner that you disrespected Jasmine Crockett. But you want to tell Jasmine Crockett how she needs to act. Why? Because you a bitch ass nigga? You let Donald Trump call you a low IQ motherfucker. Basically called you stupid. She never said nothing like that to you. Even when she replied to you, she never said you was a low IQ. But I will. I actually agree with Donald Trump. You are low IQ. You have no business talking about politics. You are misinformed and uneducated. You go at the black sister, but that white man said that you stupid and you uneducated. You have a low IQ and you say nothing to him. You don't go off on him. Your tone, nigga, you actually calm your tone down talking about them white folks. But let it be somebody black. Jasmine Crockett, nigga, you raised your tone. Your demeanor was very aggressive. And that's all we was trying to tell you. But, we misconstrued what you was saying and all this dumb shit you get ready to start saying. And you turn right around and double down on it again. You prove our point, nigga. So when they give your ass the thumbs down because you disrespect black women, that's what they talking about. You don't keep the same energy, nigga. And it ain't just black women. You do that shit to black people, period. You pussy ass nigga. Let's move on.
Was that going to help you? Yes, I did. Why did I do that? Not only because she's in Texas, and I know they're a little bit different in Texas, a bit more conservative. And I didn't think that would work with her constituency down there. We also saw the issue of redistricting coming up to the forefront. And I said, you have an opportunity to be the Democratic nominee for the United States.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't, you bitch ass nigga. Let me tell you what he actually really did. Right? He was saying that she has an opportunity of everything like that. You should have stood behind her. And whatever you felt like that she said or was fucked up like that, you are important enough. You got the status enough to get in touch with somebody that's closer to her to speak to her. But what you did, you bitch ass nigga, like your bitch ass always do, is you got your bitch ass in front of the camera, knowing she was running for something, and you helped fuck her chances up with your rhetoric. And your weird ass, your goofy ass, for some weird reason, you don't understand that. You got all this power, all these credentials, and you don't understand the power that you got. You fucking goofy. You helped her lose. You dumbass. You ain't stay on cold. That's the problem with your bitch ass. And a lot of you coon ass niggas. You keep acting like you doing good. Or you giving constructive criticism. Not in the moment of certain things. Read the room, nigga. We keep telling you this shit over and over again. Read the motherfucking room, Stephen A. You don't read the room, nigga. And right now, you running off at the mouth. You still ain't reading the room. Because you selfish, bro. You selfish. Let's move on, man.
Representing 31 million folks. And you getting that seat. Why? Because your education.
Hold on. I want y'all to understand something too. How is a nigga like him that ain't qualified, that ain't on her level politically, he ain't a political strategist or nothing, he doesn't educate himself about politics or nothing, trying to give her advice on how she should be handling herself and presenting herself? How is that? Did anybody really think about that? How is Stephen A. Smith giving Jasmine Crockett advice? Stephen A. Smith has never been elected in politics a day in his life. How the fuck he know? First of all, nigga, you acting like you know how to read a room. You don't. Black people tell you what's going on, and you don't read the room. You still go off on your coonery. But then you want to sit here and talk down to Jasmine Crockett like she's supposed to listen to your advice. That's basically what he kind of trying to say. He was trying to give her advice. Nigga, you can't give her advice. Yeah, she may do some things in her running her campaign. She can do better. She'll learn from it. But you can't give her no advice. You ain't qualified, nigga. I'm sick of these non-qualified ass niggas trying to give advice about some shit they don't know nothing about. Like I said, I hope and pray Stephen A. run for president in 2028. I hope you do, nigga. I want you to. And not for a good reason. Listen, I know you're going to embarrass you're going to embarrass yourself, your family, and your friends. And all them people that you said that was going to put money behind you, nigga, please. Get the fuck out of here. I hope you run, nigga.
Because of the fact that you're licensed to practice law in Texas, in Arkansas, and federally. It would have been a great, great thing. I'm like, yo, weave your way through it. Don't let this guy Tellerico win. Was I wrong? But here's the bigger question.
Yes, you was wrong. You was wrong. Because all he did was help Tellerico. See, the problem with these coon-ass niggas, they don't understand about standing on code. And when they don't know about standing on code, they can't even identify when they're not on code or when they're helping the other side. He can't even comprehend it. This nigga is so far gone, he don't even get it. You shouldn't have said nothing. And if you had something to say this critical about her, nigga, you got the juice, right? Mr. Juice, the new juice. You the new OJ, right? You got the juice, right? Hey, nigga, you could have got in touch with Jasmine Crockett. Hey, you got the juice, right? The new juice. He the new juice, people. Stephen A. the new juice. He the new OJ with the juice, nigga. And you telling me you gonna get... Okay. Like I said, the problem with Stephen A. Smith, he doesn't read the room. When it comes to his people. He just doesn't. He know how to read the room with them white folks, but he don't know how to read the room with his own folks. This nigga is just a shucking and jiving performer. I was watching little clips of shit when he was talking about he brought ESPN to the black journalist event. That nigga was out there shucking and jiving. He looked like dancing and shit. What you dancing for? Shucking and jiving and shit. Trying to act like I'm down, nigga. See, I got movement. What up? What up, my black people? That's shucking and jiving, nigga. We don't need all that. Anyway, let's move on, man. This nigga he unbelievable.
Get that. I apologize for even asking that question. Here's the bigger question. How is that disparaging? How?
He doesn't get it. He don't get it.
Oh, Stephen A goes
he don't get it.
Michelle Obama. She's the one that compared First Take to a reality show. And I
okay. Was she wrong? Look how you act. Look how you've been acting in the last 10 years, bro. Stephen A, if you ain't never watched reality TV, watch it. Just watch an episode or two or a season. Just watch it. And you go watch Stephen A. Smith on First Take. And then he turns right around, right? With it, you know how they would do it when like on a reality show, the shit is happening, and then they ask the person, I guess they in the what you call that shit? They're in the booth by themselves or something like that. I forgot what they call it. And then they're replying to the situation, right? That's all Stephen A. Smith does. He goes on the show, put on the performance, get backlash from it, and then he goes on his little radio show, his little YouTube show, mainly his YouTube show, and then he gets there. I think the YouTube show and the radio show is the same shit in a way, right? And then he goes there and then he replies to the backlash. Ain't that a reality show? If you ever watched a fucking reality show, that's all they do. They say and do shit, and then they clip it, and then at the same time when they clipping the shit, they're reacting to the situation, right? And then they get backlash from it, and then they go and talk about it on social media. What's the difference of what Stephen A. Smith does of a reality show in First Take? That shit is a reality. Listen, they don't even talk about. Listen, Stephen A. get personal so much, bro, that I don't get nothing through. I can't even listen to this shit no more. It's not even about sports. Then they got a bunch of yes men kissing ass motherfuckers on the show. Listen, you say whatever you want about Skip. Skip would bring people on there to disagree with him all the time. That's why the shit got heated so much. That's real talk. All Stephen A. Smith is bring on that show is yes niggas. And let me say this to all the niggas. Listen, I believe Skip Bayless have bigoted ways. I don't necessarily think Skip is a racist, right? I believe Skip got bigoted ways. I don't think he's a racist. But let me just say this. The one thing I can say about Skip Bayless, I never see him get personal with these athletes like Stephen A. Smith does. I don't. People are like, oh, Skip Bayless is out of pocket. I can't believe he said this about Russell Westbrook. He talking about it as a basketball player. He didn't get personal. So let me say this to Kenyon Martin, goofy ass. Nigga, what the fuck are you talking about? He wouldn't have said that in front of you. Yes, he would have. Skip would have said that in front of you. The fuck are you talking about? Stop trying to be a fucking bully and a Debo type nigga. Acting like nobody will say nothing to you to your face. Niggas, I say this to your face if I was in front of you. You out of pocket and you wrong. Skip got the right to criticize Russell Westbrook. Nigga, I believe the same thing Skip says. Ain't got nothing to do with race. It's about basketball. As a basketball player, it ain't downplaying who Russell Westbrook is. Yes, he's a Hall of Famer. He got the stats. He got all that. All Skip said, I wouldn't put him in my, if I was my Hall of Fame. No, I'm not putting him there. I'm not even putting Russell Westbrook in my top 5 greatest basketball, top 5 greatest point guards. The fuck are you talking about? I'm taking him over Zeke? No. He ain't got no chip. He got the stats. Yeah. But we know that nigga stat pack just like LeBron James. The fuck out of here. I know I'm going off a subject, people. I need to say this shit. Skip wasn't wrong. I said this shit about Russell Westbrook. I said about LeBron. Them niggas are stat packers. You know a stat packer when you see him. I told y'all, as great as Tracy McGrady was in his, in his heyday, he shouldn't have been no motherfucking Hall of Famer. So now, when you get these niggas like Russell Westbrook and a lot of these other niggas, they don't even deserve to be in there. You done gave Tracy McGrady, he ain't win shit. And like I said at the end of the day, niggas about winning. We don't just say that Charles Barkley is a Hall of Famer because we think Charles Barkley stat pack, nigga. He ran into real competition. We know what Charles Barkley did. Because before Tim Duncan, nigga, it was between Charles Barkley and motherfucking pedophile nigga. What is his name? Karl Malone. It was between them two. 1 and 2. You can pick Karl there, you can put Charles Barkley there. Until Tim came. And then it's still, even with the two and then now it's a little different because now you got Kevin Garnett. So it's a little different. The fuck are we talking about here, nigga? Don't know what I mean? We know I just tell you what a motherfucker's built like. We know a stat packer when we see him. That nigga for 3 seasons, all he did was stat pack. He wasn't trying to win no motherfucking chip. He wasn't trying to win. Go watch Oscar Robertson when he did have a triple-double averaged a triple-double through the year. Go watch those games. And you tell me that Russell Westbrook wasn't stat packing for 3 years to break a record. Just like when I see LeBron, that nigga, all he's trying to do is break a record. And let me explain something. People, you LeBron James fans, y'all can kiss my ass and suck my dick. Yes, am I a little biased towards Kobe? Yes. But I'll be honest about Kobe as well. Let me just say something. You motherfuckers are never honest about LeBron. You keep forgetting that LeBron James was just sitting down with motherfucking Steve Nash doing that little podcast shit he does and said, people put too much on rings. And then now you niggas telling me because he older age, He chasing rings. Listen, I put it this way. If LeBron James win a championship with the Philadelphia Sixers, I don't care. He still ain't better than Kobe. He still ain't better than Mike. And I keep telling y'all that. Because we know he ain't going to be the reason that they win a chip. Every last championship that Mike and Kobe had was when they was in a prime. When you old, that's a little different, bro. Everybody know that. And that's what I'm saying. People got to stop. Come on, he's still playing good. One minute you say he old, then the next minute you saying, oh, you're trying to give him props for still playing good, being old. You can't have it both ways, bro. And I'm going to tell you why LeBron James fans be so mad. Right? Because they know they fucking favorite great player ain't a killer. Ain't nothing a killer about LeBron. Not on that basketball court. He ain't no killer. Great businessman. Great brother. You know what I mean? Off the court. Even him helping in the game. Right? Some people knock it a little bit with But me, I give LeBron props. But as a basketball player, LeBron James is not that great, bro. He's great, but he ain't that great. He ain't Kobe Bryant great. He ain't Michael great. He ain't Magic great. He ain't Kareem great. He ain't Tim Duncan great. And I keep saying that. I don't know why y'all don't understand that. I don't give a fuck about all the records he broke. Nobody respect LeBron like that. It's one thing if your peers don't like you. It's another thing when they don't respect you like that. A lot of motherfuckers, they couldn't stand Kobe Bryant. That don't mean they ain't respect this game. They knew Kobe was a motherfucking killer. They may not like his personality, but they knew when he played that game, nigga, he was a killer. They respected his game. And that's all Kobe gave a fuck about. Nigga, you gonna respect my game, though. You might not like me. You might not even respect me as a person. But on this basketball court, you're gonna respect me on that because I'm a killer. Nobody, listen, a lot of these niggas in this generation of LeBron era, they don't respect LeBron. That's why the game is so watered down. It ain't because of this new era. You think it's because of them? They came at it LeBron. LeBron watered down this fucking era. With him not being a killer. You cannot be a nigga that been the face of the NBA and not be a killer. LeBron ain't no killer, bro. Anyway, I'm sorry, people. I went off on the rant. My bad. I had to get that out. But yeah, I wanted to say that about Russell Westbrook. Yes, he's a Hall of Famer, but that nigga a stat packer. Like I say LeBron is. I know stat packers when I see him, nigga. Yes, I love that. I'll never disrespect Russell Westbrook of saying he ain't never put his all into it. That nigga was always on 100. The problem is he wasn't an intelligent basketball player. Either he wasn't like when we talk about IQs, basketball IQs, he didn't have a real high basketball IQ. He did not. That nigga ain't know how to slow down, get in the gym, work on his shot. He should have had a better shot. He probably have still been in the league if he could shoot. The Russell Westbrook still can't shoot. Fuck we talking about? And motherfuckers is mad at Skip Bayless because he called him Westbrook. He still can't shoot. Fuck you talking about? He'd have still been in the league if his ass could shoot. Fuck out of here, bro. Please. Listen, Steph Curry will fuck around being in the league till he's 40-something years old. Because he can pass. And the number one thing is, you see what the league is, he can shoot. Russell Westbrook can never shoot. Can't shoot, bro. That's why his ass had to retire. Nobody was trying to. And then he had the personality he had, so it's part of that. But the main part is, nigga, deal with your personality. If you can shoot, Russell Westbrook can't shoot. That's why he out of the league at what, 37? Fuck out of here, bro. And motherfuckers mad at Skip Bayless because of what he said. But because he called him LeBrick. I mean, Westbrook. That nigga can't shoot, bro. I give LeBron a little props that he worked on his shot a little bit, but he should be better than this. Let me ask y'all a question. Have y'all, and I've been watching LeBron for the last couple of years. Have y'all really seen LeBron catch the ball and then shoot that bitch? He can't. He can't do it. He ain't work on his game like that. That nigga's a stat packer, man. That nigga ain't work on his game like he's supposed to. He can't shoot. I was like, his average is a little better than Michael and Cole. Like, nigga, they were shooters. They were shooters. LeBron James did not shoot like that. His game was going to the basket. He couldn't shoot like that, bro. Anyway, let's move on, man. Because, like I said, that's a whole nother. I'm sorry I went on the rant, but I get tired of that shit. Niggas trying to bring race in this. Oh, he being racist. Skip Bayless being racist too. That ain't got nothing to do with race, bro. He was straight talking about basketball. And then even the niggas that play basketball, listen, you can respect Russell Westbrook game. I respect this game. He was good at what he did. Listen, you know why I respect Russell Westbrook game? Because I was Russell Westbrook. I used to play ball. I couldn't shoot for shit, but my energy was high. I had all this energy. I played hard, and I could get to the hole. Couldn't shoot for shit. But that's why I respect Russell Westbrook. I respect his game. But we're not going to sit here and pretend that this nigga for 3 years didn't stat pack to be a Hall of Famer. Because if you take out those 3 years that he didn't have no triple-double, what are we talking about here? He's not no Hall of Famer. Fuck out of here. He's only a Hall of Famer because of those 3 years of him getting triple-doubles. And he played long. He still can play now, but they don't want him in the league because he can't shoot. D Rose shot better than fucking Russell Westbrook. And they was the same type of fucking players, but he shot better. The fuck are we talking about here? And the only reason D Rose may not be in the Hall of Fame is because he didn't have those 3 years. Like Russell did. Russell did some special shit. I'm not gonna knock it. But on top of that, it's an asterisk on top of that because we know this nigga was stat packing for 3 years. You're on a bum ass team without Kevin Durant. You pushed Kevin Durant out when y'all could have won chips. Kevin Durant probably wouldn't have went nowhere, bro, if this nigga would have calmed the fuck down and stopped trying to act like he's the number one guy. Which, I'll say this again. When has Russell Westbrook ever been the number one guy? Ever. He has never been the number one guy. Ever in his life. In the NBA. It's a lie. It's a myth. Stop it. But anyway, let's move on. I'm sorry, y'all. I went on the rant. How? Matter of fact, give me 1 second. Shit. All right, people, I'm back. Let's finish this shit off with Stephen A. This nigga just straight line. I didn't went off on some other shit. I should have just let him just go up. But that shit was on my mind, like the basketball shit. Like I don't like that shit. I don't like that people come out and be trying to use race and shit that ain't got nothing to do with race. It doesn't. It doesn't. We talking about, I didn't hear Skip Bayless say anything about race. And if you're assuming that he's saying that shit because of race, because you think that Skip be bigoted on certain shit or whatever, however you look at it, or how the interaction he had with Shannon Sharp, I get that to a certain extent. But nah, not with this Russell Westbrook shit. He always been consistent on Russell Westbrook. He's never changed his mind about Russell Westbrook. And if you watch Russell Westbrook, he didn't really change his game. He's been the same fucking player, bro. So it's not a race thing. Like I said, listen, I don't agree with Skip. He doesn't even have Kobe in the top 5. He don't. So that, I don't agree with Skip on everything. But I agree with him on this Russell Westbrook shit and LeBron. Like, I do. I do not think LeBron James is better than fucking Kobe Bryant. I don't think he's in the top 5. Russell Westbrook is not a top 5 point guard. Fuck out of here. It's a debate if he's better than Oscar Robertson. Let's be real. And then is Oscar Robinson, we consider him a point guard? I thought he was a shooting guard. But, that's a whole nother discussion. But anyway, people, let's move on.
Oh, Stephen A goes after Michelle Obama. She's the one that compared First Take to a reality show. And I use that as an opportunity to say that this marvelous, wonderful woman, who's the greatest first lady in American history, who I have raised and praised and praised and praised time and time and time again, to the point where I said she should run for the presidency because there's no way she'd lose. All I did was say, I don't like the fact that you said a vote for him, as in Donald Trump, would be a vote against us as women. All I said was there's a whole bunch of pro-lifers out there.
So what? So what? And like I said, let me just say this. And I'm gonna be very, very honest about this. Like, I don't like to be speaking on this topic because this is really, I believe as a man, there's a certain level where we shouldn't be speaking about this, right? I'm not saying we don't have a say, but at a certain point, like we shouldn't be talking about this, or acting like I'll say means more or equal, right? I'll say equal. If you are a pro-life woman, it ain't your kid. What you worrying about it for? If you are okay with sending your kids to the military to sacrifice their life, they your kids, right? Right? What about poor kids that you see? What about all these immigrants' kids that you have no problem with locking in cages? So you're not pro-life. So I don't give a fuck how, like what Stephen A. Smith talking about, all these fake ass pro-life. You're not pro-life. You see any kid in those type of situations that I just said, unarmed black children getting murdered by the police. You don't give a fuck about that. So you're not pro-life. Pro-life does not start. It's not just having an abortion. You ignorant son of a bitches. Your kids still matter after your kid is born, or anybody kid is born. You got kids dying at 10 years old in mass shootings. You don't give a fuck about that. All you do is say thoughts and prayers. Oh, we need to just put more metal detectors and give teachers guns and shit. What? You care more about guns than you care about your own fucking kids. Or anybody else's kids. So you're not pro-life. So Stephen A., this is what I mean. You're not educated to be speaking about these issues. You're not educated, bro. Talking about this pro-life women out. So fuck them bitches. Fuck them. Fuck all them hoes. I mean that shit. I mean that. I stand on business with that. Fuck out of here. Talking about they pro-life. You ain't pro-life. Pro-life is not just because, oh, you gonna make women have kids. You don't want them to have abortions. That don't stop right there. Okay, after them kids is born, then what? What if that woman can't afford a kid? Or you want to tell her, oh no, you be religious, and you fuck. You only have kids when you marry. Who the fuck are you? Are you God? Did you meet God? Did God tell you that? Or you read some man written Bible to tell you that shit is what women supposed to do? You got a pussy for a reason. A dude got a dick for a reason. The fuck are you talking about? You ain't never met God. You don't know if God is pro-life or not. You know nothing about it. Ain't nobody met God to ask him these questions. These motherfuckers reading out these Bibles and trying to tell everybody how to live their life. If they gonna go to hell, let them go to hell. What the fuck that got to do with you? Mind you, they only care about kids and this pro-life bullshit, so-called pro-life, or their definition of it, but they don't care about kids getting gunned down in these streets by police officers. They start bringing up laws. They don't bring up God. They start bringing up law. Well, our laws say comply. And all this other shit. They don't bring up God. You're not pro-life. So Stephen ain't. This is what I mean, but you ain't educated, bro. And I don't give a fuck about them pro-life women. I don't give a fuck about them. I don't care. I can't say I'm pro-life. I used to say I'm pro-life. I can't say I'm pro-life. How am I pro-life? How? These are the same people. If you pro-life like that, right? It is young children that kill people or family members. And these people will be pro-life, right? They're supposed to be so religious. Right? They're supposed to be so pro-life. You know, they push for these kids as teenagers. They still kids. Push them to get death penalties. Because they committed horrible crimes. And mind you, know their brain ain't fully developed and all that shit. They still kids. Do they really care about kids? That's why I don't believe in the death penalty. For what? Nigga, it ain't. Come on, man. Listen, I don't believe in the death penalty, nigga. Listen, if I catch you slip, if you did something to me and I catch you slip, do some horrible shit, I catch you, I'll try to kill you. I don't want the death penalty for you. Well, I catch you. I'm gonna kill you I'm trying to catch you before the police get you. And I deal with the high powers after that. At least I'm honest about it. But these people try to pretend they pro-life. I'm so pro-life. Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry, people. I'm talking about they so pro-life. They ain't pro-life. These people is lying. And Stephen A. to sit out here and pretend that, oh, it's pro-life women out here. So I don't give a fuck about them women. I don't give less fuck about them. You got to be consistent to be pro-life. You ain't consistent. These people ain't pro-life. I ain't even pro-life, so I know they lying. They lying. Who locks a kid up at 14, 13 years because they killed somebody for the rest of their life or push for the death penalty? You ain't pro-life. They still kids. So we ain't pro-life. It's just a lie. They all lie. Let's move on.
There's a whole bunch of people that care about the economy or immigration or safety in the streets. They might not even be thinking about this issue.
Right.
And I also reminded folks, black men revere black women. Which one is it?
First of all, that is not true. That is not true. I don't know what he talking about. No, some black men does. Some black men, I see listen. I ain't gonna say a lot, but listen. I see more hate. And this from both sides of our people. I mean, both sides of our gender of our black people. It's about a 50-50. This is about a 50-50. No. It's about 50% of black men that really fuck with our women like that, our black women like that, and it's another 50 that, needs to be on bullshit, man. And it's the same thing. It's vice versa with black women. I think it's about a good 50% of black women that really fuck with black men, right? And there's another 50 that really don't. Really don't. Because there's a lot of history there of with black women feeling like they've been taking care of black men. So it's a lot of like, not self-hate, but it's kind of like, nigga, you, like black men, I always feel like when it comes to black women, it almost like we gotta be these superhero niggas. Honestly. My honest opinion. Not just for 50%. I say 50% of black women. I'm just giving a ballpark figure. Yeah. We gotta be like superhero niggas, man. You know? And then even with black men, like, we look at black women as objects. I don't give a fuck. That ain't even a 50% thing. That is a 100% thing for black men. Or a man, period. But just we focusing on black men. All black men look at women as objects. It's about sex with us. So like I said, it's about 50% of us. Yeah, it's about sex, but it's more than that. It's deeper than that. We actually really cherish black women. But that over 50, it's generations of fucking self-hate of themselves, but self-hates of, a level of disrespect of black women. Because that had been taught to us. They beneath us. That's why you see a lot of these sellout mega black niggas. You see a percentage of them do the shit. You know what I mean? When you watch, like, if you do your history and your research, like, you see these megas and how a lot of these niggas be acting. It ain't no different from back in the day with our elders. They used to treat black women like that. Honestly. And we thought these was like great black men. But a lot of black men treated black women like that back in the day. So then now you see generations later and decades later that where black women, got support to be strong and stand on business, right? Be on their own. Like, nigga, I don't need no man. Right? Only if I want that man, you know what I mean? And you see a lot of black women doing that. And then you be like, oh, they whoring. They not really whoring. Ain't no different than what men do. We whore. If black women, if women are whoring, we whoring too. You turning on some pussy? You turning on some pussy? That's a man. No. You can be in real good relationships. You ain't gonna turn on no pussy. If that shit thrown in your face and you can get away with it, ain't no different from a woman. If you can cheat on your woman, a woman, if she get a chance, she gonna cheat on you too. Ain't no difference. It's no difference. It's no difference. We gotta stop lying to each other as black women and black men. We gotta stop lying to each other. Shout out to my brother talking in the middle. What up, talk? We gotta stop lying to each other, man. Pretending that like this shit ain't about, And let me tell you something on some real shit. The black men been jealous. I ain't say all, but a good percentage. Nice good percent. I say 50%, 40, 50%. Probably ain't be a little higher than that, maybe 60. Black men been envies of black women. Because they the most educated, they the most to know how to get that bag, and they done switch the game on niggas. They done switch the game on us. So you niggas out here spending all your money on these hoes. Yeah, they hoes, but they smarter than you. Them hoes is smarter than you. You know, a woman will tell you like, oh, I can't fuck with a dude if he broke, or he ain't doing this and he ain't doing that. Nigga, that ain't nothing but game. What you think a nigga do? You think a nigga ain't trying to play game to get that woman out of her drawers? If she a hoe or not? We trying to play to get that pussy. So we doing, nigga, we ain't, listen, listen, as a man, 45 years on this earth, God willing, thank you, God. Listen, hey, man, not God, but the higher power, right? Listen, you really think Yeah. Do we not trying to get that pussy? So all we trying to do? Fuck that. You really think that? Every man is trying to get that pussy. Even if they're a sucker for love ass nigga. Every nigga is trying to get that pussy. Even if you're a player, you trying to get that pussy. Everybody trying to get the pussy. Every man trying to get pussy. We trying to fuck that. Now, like I said, when we start lying to ourselves and stop trying to, like we pretending that this shit of our human nature don't exist or why we do things. And that's why that's why the world is fucked up and the country fucked up because everybody trying to lie. Well, no, that ain't what I'm about. Oh, I'm about getting the pussy. And I'm a married man. I'm still trying to get that married pussy. Like, it's no, like, I don't know why people trying to pretend that shit don't exist. It exists. Because I'm married. Nigga, I'm still trying to pay for some pussy. I'm trying to get that pussy my way. Eh? You gotta put work in. What are we talking about here? Every man is trying to get pussy. We work, we go do whatever we gonna do to get pussy. Now, some rich niggas, even the rich niggas, they get all that money. Nigga, they ain't have all the money in the world, but they ain't getting no pussy. You think they ain't paying for no pussy? Every man pays for pussy. Listen, a lot of times women pay for pussy when they know they ain't attractive, right? They know this. But let's be very honest about it. When some women know that they not attractive and when they get older, that's when they pay for pussy. I mean, I'm pay for pussy. They pay for dick. But if a chick knows come on, man. She ain't gotta pay for no pussy. I mean, pay for no dick. I'm sorry. She gotta pay for no dick. For what? Y'all gotta stop, man. Y'all gotta listen. Listen. Men gotta stop acting like we run the game. We don't run shit. The problem is, you know why a lot of men get upset at women? Because women understand they worth. They understand they pussy is gold. And the problem is you niggas can't accept that. I ain't saying we got kiss ass and nothing like that, bow down to it, but I'm just saying don't pretend that they ain't got, we don't get that pussy unless they give us that pussy, unless you going, what you gonna do? You gonna take the pussy? Huh? That's what you niggas gonna do? So, let's think about it. Then, like I said, you gotta have game to get pussy. Right? A lot of times it ain't always about money. You know what I mean? And like I said, I always tell people this, right? Let me just be real honest about this shit. Right? To get, like, you can get, like, a man can get pussy. Right? But niggas I started to see niggas acting like this new generation of shit, like, motherfuckers, whoever it is, but this generation of shit. Man, that don't mean that they young. It's just this generation. It's how we at. Put it way. Niggas acting like they ain't fucked a chick that was ugly. Right? Like, you know what I mean? Chicks that fuck dudes that was ugly. Because a nigga had game. Might have, got a little buzz that night or spent a little money, like nigga got a little paper. It is different from a dude. You gonna listen. Any dude can get some pussy. Like I said, I don't have no standards in a certain type of way. Right? It's all about personality for me. Right? And it's how you carry yourself, how clean you are. I think that's my thing. It's how clean you are, how you move. Like, if you can, like, I done seen chicks that not very good looking, but clean. They look good. They smell good. Oof. You know what I mean? They ain't your preference. They ain't my preference of like a chick I would fuck with. But I ain't gonna say that because I don't discriminate against chicks that's not very good looking. Right? Let's just put it that way. Right? But I done seen chicks that ain't very good looking that smell good, keep their hygiene good. I'm about that shit. They look good. They carry themselves good. They, you know what I mean? Listen, just saying that's me. That's why I told you back in my day, nigga, I got a lot of pussy, and all the chicks wasn't no dimes and none of that shit, nigga. Some of them was not as very good looking. You get what I mean? And shit, got a lot of pussy back in the day. As I said, you niggas better lower your standards. Stop talking. You got these women think they gotta get BBLs and all that shit. Like, fuck out of here. I don't even want none of them chicks like that. Yeah, that shit is attractive to a certain extent. But the average dude, and I'm an average dude, I ain't gonna be fucking with no chick with no BBL. I don't fuck. First of all, if I do get that, man, okay. I don't really want to fuck with that. I like fucking with natural shit. I like natural chicks. I like to be attracted to you because with your natural shit, even if you ain't all that good looking, even if you ain't got that big of an ass like that, maybe you fine. Like, I'm old school nigga, you know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? I might take a flat ass, but if she fine and she got some big ass titties and she's sexy, I might rock with that. You get what I mean? Like, a lot of times motherfuckers don't be understanding that, man. Like, yo, fuck them BBLs, man. That's that new shit. Now listen, ain't knocking y'all, do y'all thing, but I don't give a fuck about none of that BBL shit. Like, all you BBL women that think y'all gotta get all that shit, I ain't your guy. Listen, I ain't saying I wouldn't smash none of y'all, but I'm just saying that I ain't looking for y'all. I'm looking for natural shit. I like natural women. I like, keep your shit. If you got a flat ass, your titties ain't that big, cool. Listen, sometimes it's about a vibe. Listen, I ain't gonna say that. I'm gonna put it this way. It's about vibe with me. I like women with vibe. But if I can vibe with her, this shit, nigga, that's sexy to me. I may get with a woman and we just vibe. I ain't saying now, but I'm just saying, like, if I was, right? Like, even back in the day, if I vibe, like, yo, it's the vibe for me. We can vibe. We good. I don't need all that other extra shit. I don't need that, bro. What motherfuckers think is sexy, it's not sexy to me. I like natural shit. I like women, you know. I ain't gonna lie to you though. I'm gonna tell you one of my biggest turnoffs. Cause I get it a lot of times. It might be because I'm not single. But even when I wasn't single, right? I don't like very aggressive women. I don't like it. Right? Like, I ain't gonna say I don't like to get hit on. I think, put it this way. If I'm not in a relationship or some shit like that, I probably would like it more. But when I'm in a relationship, I don't like getting hit on. I really don't. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Don't get me wrong. I appreciate it. You know what I mean? You get what I mean? But I don't like getting hit on when I'm in a relationship. People think that like that shit is like a big thing and boost your confidence. For me, it does. I'm very uncomfortable with it. I get hit on a lot, bro. Honestly, got hit on today. Shit, I was like, no, I'm good. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know when people hitting on you. I had a woman that actually was jogging right where I was at. She was actually literally jogging. And I done went around the fucking neighborhood a minute and shit, right? And this woman literally, she went around it twice already. I only went around it once. She ran that motherfucker twice. And people were like, oh, Kenny, what? That's how they do. No, not in this community. No, you don't go around that path twice because it's so much other shit. that you could do. This woman literally went around and she said to me, and that's how I knew that she was doing this shit on purpose to try. She was hitting on me. She said to me, she said, "Oh," she said some shit like, "You what the fuck?" She said to me. She said some shit like, you know, I don't live that far from here. I live in this community, right?" I said, "Okay." She said, "Oh, you know, you look a little exhausted. I got water, like not that far from me, like right around the corner." Now I was like, she's like, "You done rolled past my house a couple of times." Because I was just, you know, the way my route was, I was going around in the area a little bit. And she was like, "Yeah, I can give you some water, you know, if you need anything." Something like that. And listen, it's I believe it's a small percentage that she was being genuine, right? High percentage of me, because I know better. I've been around a lot, and I've been hit on a lot. Listen, married and not married, I've been hit on. Listen, she was trying to go. She was like, "Just, you follow me up here, right up here. I give you some water and everything, and all this other stuff." And the way she was saying it, I was like, "Okay, okay." I said, "I'm cool." She's like, "You sure?" She was like, "Cause I got some stuff up there. I got water and everything up there, some, Gatorade, everything, anything you need. I got it up there. Because I know how hard y'all work." And then she tried to put in, like, as far as the job I do, "I know how hard y'all work and all this stuff." So I was like, "Oh." I said, "She on some bullshit." Like not bullshit, but I was like, "It's just she on trying to go." I was like, "Yeah, no, I'm okay. I'm good." I get her on a lot, bro. You're like, I've been around a long time, bro. I'm 45 years old, bro. I've been around some shit. And she wasn't no young chick. She was older chick. So I you kind of know. Listen, I tell people this all the time. I don't really attract young chicks like that. You know what I mean? Because my demeanor is different. Right? I probably had maybe whole time I'm working on my job, I probably maybe had about 4 chicks, young chicks, to try to get at me. But I don't get a lot of chicks, young chicks, that come at me like that, because I'm not like, I understand what I'm at too. Like, a lot of times I'm in the hood, bro. And even if I'm not in the hood, I don't have this interaction with people like that. Like, I'm there to do my job and get the fuck up out of there, man. I'm not there to be having a conversation with anybody. So it don't matter where I'm at. I could be in the hood. I'll be fly out in the fucking boondocks somewhere. I've been there for like the last couple of days. I just came back to the kind of like the city, but not the city. Kind of where I live a little bit, right? So, I was downtown today. So downtown Baltimore. So it was like, but I know how people act. Yeah. Young chicks, nah. I don't really fuck with young chicks. Young chicks don't really fuck with me like that. And that's because I don't try to track young chicks and shit like that. Not saying I ain't never got hit on by young chicks. I just, it never was that thing. But listen, a lot of motherfucking, and I'm talking about elderly women. Not even say elderly, but women, yeah, I say elderly. I say they about 60, 50. Now, I ain't shocked about the 50s. But the 60s, come on, bro. I'm like, damn. That shit a little weird for me. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, not weird, but like, I'm like, damn, motherfucking 60-year-olds trying to hit on me and shit. But they like young. And I'm gonna tell you something. I let my gray grow. Right? I let my gray grow. I don't stop my gray. Like, I ain't dyeing my shit. Nigga, I'm old, nigga. I ain't dyeing my shit. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. In the last maybe like 2 years, my gray been growing in like a motherfucker. But before that, it was like a little gray there. And then I had like my gray would come in, like I would see like brown hairs and shit like that. Or red hairs, you could say, and they would turn into grays. And this the last 2 years, yo, my shit just been straight going into gray. I've been having all this gray shit. So a lot of that shit be coming from, man. A lot of them women, older women, they see gray, bro. They automatically think you. I mean, I look young, but that gray make you look older. This is what it is, especially when it's mixed. It's mixed. Like that's why I always like. I wish all my shit turned gray. I'm good with gray. Totally gray. I don't like this mixture of gray and black and shit. I don't like that shit. Can't wait till my shit just go straight gray. I had one of the homeboys at the job. They was like, yo, nigga, just dye your shit black. Nah, I ain't doing that. No, fuck that, nigga. I'm gray. I'm getting that gray. I want that gray. I see one of my OGs back in the day when he was gray. That nigga still look fly. You know what I mean? Even though he had them grays, he still look good. He passed away though, but God rest his soul. But that nigga, when he got all his grays, he was just great. Everything, mustache, everything, beard, everything was great. That nigga still had he was. They always used to say that they thought I was his son because we looked alike in a way, right? I was like, yo, you just a younger version of him. You just look like a younger version of him. I was like, yo. But that nigga was fly and he would get chicks and shit. Like, you know what I mean? Man, fuck that. I want to be all gray, nigga. I don't want to be half gray. I don't like this shit. I don't like being half gray and shit like that. It made me want to dye my shit all gray, but I don't do it. I let it go naturally. I don't hide my gray, nigga. This shit, like, I always tell people, when you have your gray, I mean, you got wisdom. You live some years. Put some work in. Even when they be like, oh, them young niggas be in their 30s and they got gray hairs. This is them niggas with work in. That stress level, that's work. That's life. You've been through some shit. Niggas just don't get gray like that, bro. I just started getting gray like probably about, crazy shit about it, I probably started getting gray probably around like in my late, like my first gray hair. I might have seen that shit like in my late 30s. Like I wasn't gray. Like I ain't had no gray hairs and shit. 35 or some shit like that. I ain't had no gray hairs. A lot of my shit was like, that's why I knew my shit grew naturally of gray. A lot of my shit was like these gray hairs that you probably see, them shits was like brown. All these gray hairs you see, they was brown. They grew naturally. That's how I know I stress naturally. I live life naturally. I don't live like how people live. You get what I mean? That like people be like, I don't like that stress life, bro. I lived that already. So, you know, I had my homeboy. That nigga his whole beard is gray. And that nigga whole beard was gray before he was 40. This nigga that's because he lived that hood life. He just continued to be around that lifestyle and stressed about shit and his life. This is how it was. No disrespect and knock on him, but this is how that nigga live. I don't like to live like that. So a lot of my gray hairs and shit, yeah, it's stress, but it's wisdom, it's life. But I had homies, them niggas great. And that's life that fuck you up. It's stress. Like niggas get gray hairs like when I used to know niggas used to get gray hairs. Like my cousin, he got gray hairs. He's like 5 years older than me. This nigga was getting gray hairs at 45. And not gray hairs, but this nigga was gray. I got a little cousin that's younger than me. He might be 40. But before he was 40, when we went to my aunt's funeral about 2-3 years ago, that nigga had way more gray hairs than I did. So like I told you, it's life. It's how you stress yourself. How you let life stress you. That's what a lot of that shit is, bro. You gotta be real about that shit. Stop lying and saying, pretending that this, life don't stress you. It stresses you. Like, I didn't see my cousin. He was like, nigga, I'm trying to get. He was telling me it's about 2-3 years ago, and he was saying like, how you don't got all these gray hairs and shit like that? I might have had at that time about 2-3 years ago. I might have had maybe about 2 or 3. Right? I ain't had a lot of gray hairs. Like I knew my gray hairs was crazy when I had in my beard. That's when I knew my shit was crazy. I was like, I'm getting old. And I'm stressing too much. I gotta calm down. And I ain't even fucking 45 at that point. Or 40, 44 or some shit like that. Stressing too much. But the crazy part about it, I stress a lot anyway because of my daughter. I mean, you stress. Yeah, that's just me. I always tell people, act your age though. You get a certain age, act your age. That's how you cut down on that stress. Act your age. I remember my motherfucker told me, chick was trying to sell me some shit, trying to sell me a PlayStation. She didn't know that, bitch, I own the PlayStation. I called her bitch, but to the sister, she was saying, I tell you that back, no disrespect to her. And she was saying, he got gray hairs. He don't. She was trying to sell me something about the PlayStation. She was like, oh no, he got gray hairs. He don't play games. It wasn't just I don't play the game. This is I already got what you was offering me. But you assume that because I got gray hairs, you assume that. So it was what it was, but that's how it should be, bro. You get old, people think you get gray hairs and shit. You get old, people think that you ain't the same no more. That's why I always tell people I act my age, bro. I don't try to act like I'm older than what I am. I don't dress in no way. I remember we was on a trip. My nephew, my godson, he said to me, he's like, you dress like a old school nigga that was respected in the streets. And I was. Right? I was very respected in the streets. But he picked that up. And he didn't know nothing about my past too much like that. He didn't, you know what I mean? He was like, you dressed like you was respected back in the day. I'm like, yeah. That's why I always tell people, like, I don't hide my jewelry and none of that shit, bro. I move like however I move, what I put on, nigga, I put on. I gotta hide nothing. If they gonna take it, he take it. Take it. It's nothing to me. Take that shit. If you ride me, nigga, that mean I did some shit back in the day. I always tell you, if somebody takes something from me, bro, that mean I did some shit back in the day that karma came back and it needed to be taken away from me. I genuinely believe in karma. So, nah, I don't move like a lot of niggas. Niggas that like, oh, nigga, ride me, I'm gonna pull my gun out. Nah. I only been robbed one time in my life. Ever. And honestly, at the time, I just thought I was slipping. But I'm deeper than that. You start thinking about it deeper, and I ain't never been robbed since then. That shit happened to me when I was about I was about 19 to 20. I'm 45 fucking years old. I ain't never been robbed before that or after that. So, I always tell motherfuckers like, nah, it was something I did. I fucked up. I took advantage of somebody. I did some fuck shit. Like, you know what I mean? It's common for me. I just look at this shit as common. And that happened. I ain't never been robbed since then. I ain't never got robbed before that, and I ain't got robbed after that. So, I always tell people that shit, man. Ain't no motherfucking way I keep on moving around in life and pretending that shit ain't real. Karma ain't real. Motherfuckers say they don't believe in karma. That's on you. Like I said, people don't believe in karma and shit, like they move around like that and they say that shit is because they don't care about other people's feelings. Care about other people's feelings. I might have hurt some people and don't know. And motherfucker, you do some shit, and next thing you know, somebody close to you dead. Somebody that took something from me. Like I'll put it this way. I don't like whatever I did back in the day, I did. Right? And I'm not saying some of that stuff won't come back to haunt me and take shit away from me and hurt me. But I ain't listen. I did what I did back in the day. That was for survival. I didn't do a lot of shit out of greed or I wanted to hurt people. I did that shit out of survival. So I know when if certain fucking bad shit happened to me now, I know it's because some fact nigga I was out of pocket. And I was supposed and that shit, whatever bad is happening to me now, is because I did some fuck shit. Because I know right now I ain't doing that type of shit. Right? I ain't saying I'm perfect now, but I'm just saying I ain't doing the type of shit that was happening to me that's fucked up. You lose money, you lose friends, you lose family members. That's for a reason. I always tell people, like, all right, listen, I care too much about people to want to lose them and not be friends with them or be cool with them or even family members. Like, I want them in my life. You know what I mean? That's the type of person I am. But when people don't fuck with you and you lose them and shit like that, it's because of something you did. I believe it's something I did. It's not necessarily for them. I did something to them, but it could have been something else. Like I always tell people, listen. Even though I have a conscience back then, I had a conscience, but I didn't care. You know what I mean? People that give me a second. I'll be right back. And we're gonna leave this shit. All right, people, I'm back. My allergies acting up bad. Fuck. You good, Jack? I'm good. You good? Me good. Talk to my dog. Shit, excuse me. But yeah, what I was saying, people, I'm sorry. What I was fucking saying. Damn it. Give me a second, y'all. God damn, my allergies are acting up bad. Oh. Oh, shit. Shit. Excuse me, y'all. Sorry. Shit, excuse me. Fucking allergies, man. I ain't take my fucking allergy pills. I ain't take it today. And usually this is the time. Shit, excuse me. Usually this is the time I fucking take my allergy pills. Believe it or not. Or they kick in about this time. Oh, man. But anyway. I was saying, like, excuse me. Back in the day, right, when motherfuckers, like a lot of shit that I be talking about, like I wasn't, I did a lot of fucked up shit back in the day, right? And not because, you know, I was forced to do a lot of shit, right? Right. I wasn't like that type of dude like that, right? When you always tell people, excuse me, the way I grew up, it was, you know, when I lived with different parts of people in my family and shit like that, right? I didn't like I live with my mom, I live with my dad, shit like that, but it wasn't my whole life, right? It was parts of my life, right? So it was like however long I lived with my mom, I live with aunts and uncles and shit like that. However long I lived with my dad, it wasn't that long. I think the only time the time period of living with my dad, it was like, excuse me, probably about altogether, maybe about a good a good 3 years. I ever lived with my dad, and in spurts. Like I lived with him one time, and then when I was young, and then another time, and like you get what I mean. Excuse me. But yeah, but even with my mom, I never consistently lived with her. She was on drugs a lot, you know. So I couldn't live with my mom like that. But I probably, out of everybody in my life, I probably live with my mom more, right? Now, it wasn't like a consistent year of like it wasn't like a consistent 5 years of living with my mom. It was just off and on. Like, you know, probably live with my mom like a year or two and then go live with a family member and be there for a year or two or a couple of months. So like, it was like, I always moved back and forth. I never was consistent, like of living somewhere. So I was explaining this shit to my wife one time, well, recently. And I was saying why I think the way I think, right? And why I move and why I treat my daughter the way I do. And why I get so comfortable. Because I never ever been comfortable. Right? Like my mom, you know, no disrespect to her, love my mom. Like my mom, you know, I always tell people, like, you know, my mom's on drugs and shit like that, and certain shit. Like, I don't hate my mom or no shit like that. I ain't mad at her because she was on drugs and she didn't, you know, she wasn't there for me as much as I wanted her to be there. Like, when you know somebody that do drugs like that, and especially back in those times in the 80s and the early 90s and shit, like, yo, shit, not even just early now. My mom was on drugs for a long period of time. Like, she was like, my mom got high very young when she was a kid. My grandma, same shit. When she was, you know, when my grandma died, my grandma used to get high. My mom's mom used to get high, bro. My mom got high when she was probably uh, about 13. She started getting high. And it was around the time she got pregnant by me. Mom got pregnant with me around 13 years old. And she started getting high around that time. And then you gotta understand, I grew in that environment. Like, my grandma got high, aunts, uncles, all of them. Right? That wound up years later, which was my grandma with younger brothers and sisters. She was the oldest. And all my aunts, uncles, and well, mainly my aunts, I ain't say my uncle, because it was only one of my uncles. But the rest of them took care of me once I got older. Because my mom was on them drugs like that. And my aunts, uncles, my aunts and shit was all around my mom age. My grandma had my mom when she very young, just like me. Like, it wasn't like I always tell you, I'm only like maybe about 14 years older than my mom. Or no, 13. My mom's only like 14 years older. My grandma was only 14 years older than my mom. Like, it's generations of that shit. You know what I mean? So that's why, like, my sister, you know, my younger sister and shit, she, you know, she's still very close to my mom. I didn't even know my mom was doing well. My mom got hooked on drugs again and shit, and my wife told me about it. But I didn't know about it because I was gonna do my own shit, but at the same time, I didn't want to hear about that shit, man. You know, I don't like. I ain't mad at my mom, but I don't want to deal with that shit. I always tell people, like, that shit destroyed me. I wasn't the same after that. Like, I never had no fucking real family. I tell people that. Like, in my family, they get upset at me because I ain't close to them, and you know, they feel like, he drink a little bit. He's talk because when I drink, I start telling motherfuckers the truth. And people get mad at me. Oh, he ain't drinking all that. Oh, he need to chill out, man. Fuck y'all, man. Motherfuckers ain't living my life, bro. I ain't living my life. You ever feel? I always tell people, you ever feel alone in life? I feel alone in life. Outside of my wife and my daughter, but mainly my daughter. Outside of her, I feel alone. Like, I got brothers and sisters and shit. Like, I'm older than all of them. I was there for them. I took care of them. Like, imagine you feel like somebody's supposed to take care of you. You never felt that way. I never feel safe around my family. Nigga, I was always out there. You know, me. Not saying none of my family did nothing for me and helped me out and shit. I'm not saying that, but I just always felt alone. That's why even when it comes to my mom, my dad and shit, I don't never feel like I be looking for something. Like, I be looking for them to show me comfort. I never could get that from them. Not even my dad. And my dad been clean for years and shit like that. But he just, when the motherfucker, He got his own demons, bro. You know what I mean? And I just like I just felt in my own way. People always tell everybody. I don't expect people that got their own demons like that. My dad got his own demons, nigga. I can't depend on this nigga to give me something that he can't give himself. This nigga all of a sudden it start coming around his family members and shit like that. My aunts passed away. My uncle passed away. Like, you know what I mean? His brother passed away. His older sister passed. When his older sister passed away, the older sister, you know, my aunt Shirley, she ain't the same since she had her stroke and shit. She ain't been the same, you know. My grandmother, 90 something fucking years old, bro. Like, she down there living with him. He taking care of her, like, you know, which he's supposed to. So, you know, yeah, it is what it is. And it's deeper than that. I know shit that he did, and that's why I know he doing what he doing now, because it's just like make up shit that he does. He don't be real. My dad ain't real. I don't fuck with my dad like that, because I know how fake he is. Like, we can't never be the same no more. You would think like older you get, y'all can swap some shit, but he ain't changed. My dad still, it's like my mom. They still pick women and men over me. And they were like, oh, well, you should get over it. You know, you're a grown man and shit like that. But it ain't the shit that I'm asking you to do. I don't need you to take care of me. I just need you to be there emotionally for me. That's it. Like, I don't need no financial shit from you. And that's the crazy shit about it. But they can't give it because they older, bro. They can't do it. And I have to accept that now. Like, my mom and my dad would never acknowledge me. You know. And I have to recognize that. I have to just let that shit be and move fuck on. And that's why a lot of family members and shit, they be I heard my cousin and she was like, oh, nigga, you tripping and all that. Fuck that. Fuck you, nigga. You know, and I know your mom passed away and shit, like my cousin and mother. It's like, yo, this nigga is wild. And I get it. Like, we probably could squash it because I get it. Because I probably said some shit I ain't need to say. And, you know, he said some shit and, you know, his mom passed away. It's different. You know, his mom meant a lot to him. He know his mom. You know, his mom was, you know, very important in his upbringing, who he is as a person. So we just crossing paths like that. And like I said, like, you know, I know shit about motherfuckers that it is what it is, but, you know, I just don't think I can get over certain shit. You know what I mean? And I think me and my cousin Marty, we clashed was because he was trying to make me forgive my dad on some shit. Like, nah. It ain't your dad, bro. You know, even his dad died young in the streets. You know what I mean? He know his dad loved him. He know what his dad did for him. He got the memories of that. I don't have no memories with my dad. And I understand it's my dad, that's his uncle. I get that, but I don't have those memories of this nigga. Like, I don't. I got this nigga hurting me more than he did anything for me. It's like my mom. I love her. But I love my dad. Like, but y'all did more. I remember more harm shit than y'all did good for me. So I don't know how to. Like, I'm not trying to make them feel better about what they did. Just like, nigga, if you don't understand where I'm coming from, then what the fuck are we talking about? But I seen my cousin, you know, he stopped wanting to fuck with me because he kept thinking I was trying to be negative about everything. I was like, nigga, we was having these conversations before, but now that your mom died, and then now, and there's no disrespect, I don't want, you know, that's my aunt, love her. That shit devastated me too. It still devastated me. But this nigga, all of a sudden, like, oh, you know, fuck how I feel. Because now he cool with my dad. My dad do shit. They go on vacations or whatever the fuck going on with them. Because I don't really know them anymore. Because I don't even deal with that side of the family no more. But that's what's happening over there. I don't know. And the crazy part about it, it used to bother me that I don't know, like, I ain't cool with my dad's side of the family no more. I think what like kind of mellowed me out about it, I don't really give a fuck what happened to my mom's side of the family. I'm not cool with either one of either side. I kind of move how I move. And I don't like to feel that way. I don't like to move this way. But I don't like people trying to play with my emotions. I don't like that shit. You know, you got family members and like family, like they act like, oh, you don't know, or they tell you to get over some shit. But like I said, the one thing in the black community, everybody is not going to a therapist. They not, you know what I mean? So they just think, what you saying, you just being emotional, nigga. They ain't got no therapy in their life. These motherfuckers just living life. They ain't getting no therapy or nothing. So for me, I'm like, fuck them all. You know, that's how I feel. I don't hate them or no shit like that. I don't hate nobody, but I can't fuck with them. Fuck them all. And that's why I always tell people, like you know, my real motto this year is my daughter getting older, right? And she's starting to experience shit. She older now. She be 11 this year. So she's starting to comprehend shit. Like I don't want to spend more, like, and I'm working my work schedule around her. Because I want to spend more time with her. I don't want her ever to think our father didn't give a fuck. Oh, I was just about giving money and shit like that. No, I want to spend the time. What's up? Let's go out. Let's do some things. You know what I mean? I don't want my daughter to ever feel like, oh, daddy here for that. Like, you know what I mean? Even though I feel like I don't think I'm a great dad. I think I'm a decent dad. You know what I mean? Because I can do better. It's shit that I can do better with my daughter. But yeah, man, I don't listen. My shit for this year coming up is to do better with my daughter. To like let my daughter know, like, I'm here. You know what I mean? Be more alert in her life. You know what I mean? Instead of just like, because I give my daughter anything she wants. I always tell all of y'all, I'm a punk ass daddy. My daughter wants something, I get it. It ain't about financial. It's about just being there. And I want to be there more. I want to do things with her and shit like that. And she older now, she can comprehend shit. And so, you know, when the kids is young like that, they're like, oh yeah, all right, daddy. Thank you, daddy. You know what I mean? But now they older. They know that shit ain't, you nigga, okay, nigga, you here? Or you spent the money here, but are you here? So, yeah. I gotta be more here on my daughter. Even if it's just you know, just going to get ice cream. At least she present. You know what I mean? You gotta be present. And one thing about my daughter, and I'm learning, my daughter knows some Spanish. I didn't even know she knew Spanish. That's what I'm saying. That's what I mean by being more involved. I didn't even know that. My daughter knows Spanish and shit. She knows some Spanish. I said she know all Spanish, but she knows some Spanish. And her number one thing, she going to a new school this year, new private school, with all my god kids and shit. They all going there. And nigga, she instead of her taking up a subject that she good in, nigga, she said, "Nah, I don't want to take up Spanish that." I said, "Okay, cool. You learn new shit about your kid, man." I already know she highly intelligent. I know that shit, but it's just shit that she showed me a lot of times. I'd be like, "Dang." You like, you know how parents be jealous of their kids and shit? No, nigga, I'm proud. She better than me. Glad she better than me. Make me feel good about myself. Like, nigga, I'm pushing her to be better than me. And we'll fuck about if she better than me. She's smarter than me and better than me. I'm glad my daughter better than me. Fuck, like, fuck I be jealous about that for? Like, I don't be understanding about parents be doing that shit. Like, they be jealous of their kids. What are you jealous about? Let them, because they better than you. They supposed to be better than you. Fuck out of here. A lot of my daughter's better than me, smarter than me, everything. At her age, hell yeah. Very smart, way highly more smarter than me. Fuck out of here. Excuse me. Oh, my daughter is listen, morally she better than me at her age. And fucking what? She 10, you return 11? Yeah. Morally, yes. I did a fucking great job, nigga. My daughter don't give a fuck about, like, my daughter don't worry about shit. That she going to this new shit, I'm worrying. I'm an old protective parent, but to a new school, nigga, nah, man. My daughter way better than me. Way better than me. And I'm happy about that shit. I ain't sad about it. I ain't mad or angry about it. No, nigga. My daughter supposed to be better than me. Her life supposed to be better than mine. Or how I grew up. But even now, her life supposed to be better than mine. That's what I work for, nigga. That's what I strive for. That's why I got up the game. Fuck, I'm angry about that for. See people, you see motherfucking parents jealous of their kids. For what? Listen, if my daughter's doing good, nigga, that mean I'm doing good. Matter of fact, I'm doing the right thing. I'm on the right path. People hate that shit, man. People hate kids. Hate their kids. Like, you have grown ass adults hating their kids, bro. Like, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Like, that's what I be getting from my own family. Niggas be like, yo, he ain't supposed to be that. No, that nigga supposed to be dead, or he supposed to be in jail. That nigga supposed to lost his mind and shit like that. Or what, you know who I used to be. All my family members, they think that. I guarantee you, they do think that. I'm not for sure. I'm not saying 100%, but how they treat me, I be like, yo, these motherfuckers think I was supposed to be this fucked up nigga. Like, seriously. I lost a lot, bro. I watched people die. So, but them motherfuckers can't, like, my family, they can't hurt me like that. Like, it hurts that we ain't close, but the shit that I lost in the streets, people I actually genuinely cared about, nah, they can't fuck with me, man. That's why to this day, my cousin, I know everything about that nigga. I know about this nigga. Nigga, you ain't like that, nigga. I know he ain't like that. And I seen you, right? And I ain't trying to like shit on them and no shit like that, because niggas grow, people do shit, you know what I mean? But nah, nigga, you just shit on me, turn on me like that, and try to say, oh yeah, he like that. And then because of my dad come around and start doing shit for y'all and start doing this and doing that. And listen, I get my aunt died, his mother died. I get it, bro. Come on, bro. I know you. You ain't like that, nigga. You ain't like that. I wouldn't listen. The crazy shit about it, my people, I ain't even like that. How we used to be. Me and him, how we used to be back in the day. No, we ain't like that. But nigga, don't get that shit twisted, nigga. Yeah, you was big cuz back in the day. But don't get that shit twisted. Who was listen, my point is, who was that nigga that would kill a nigga? You wasn't that. I was that. And still to this day, I am that nigga. I kill a nigga before you would. Still to this day, I would. So that's my thing with my cousin and shit, like, you know. But it's all good. But we may fix it in the future, but I don't really give a fuck about it like that. Because like I said, you know, you chose what you chose, and it's cool. But I'm all right with it. But at the same time, yeah, it bothered me. It bothers me. I'm upset about it, but I don't need it. We ain't got to be family. I don't need that shit. Nigga, like I told you, when my daughter was born, I don't need a lot of shit that people need. My that's all I need. That's the pride joy in my life. I don't need a lot of shit people need. Listen, I always tell people, I always felt alone in the world. Right? So, when my daughter was born, nigga, I actually really genuinely cared about some shit. Genuinely. Like, I have loyalty. I have that shit. I care about people. I love my niggas. I love family members. I love my wife. I love all that shit. That shit means something to me. It don't mean more to me than my daughter. Never. Nobody means that much. And my wife knows that. Like, nobody means more to me than my wife, my daughter. Nobody. Sorry. You gotta understand, people, my own family members, still to this day, talk down to me and shit like that. My daughter don't talk to me like that. She gets slick out of her mouth. I had to check her here and there, but that's my daughter. You know what I mean? Nobody comes close to that. I tell motherfuckers, I'm a punk ass daddy. My daughter asks her anything, she get it. She get that shit. And nobody can take my daughter's spot. Nobody. I love my wife. She can't take my daughter's spot. No. I ain't taking nobody on my daughter. That's something I created. Or help create. I'm sorry. Help create. All right, I don't play around with that. That's my daughter. I found out that my fucking daughter is way smarter than I am. Even now. She's smart. She knows Spanish. I don't know nothing about that shit. She knows Spanish, nigga. I'm sitting there acting like, you know, I'm smart. I'm smart, but my daughter is highly intelligent, bro. Listen. This shit she know that I don't know she know. That's how smart she is. Shout out to my daughter, man. That's some brilliant shit right there. I ain't listen. She knows Spanish. And she ain't been in no Spanish classes and shit like that. It just her my wife just sitting around was saying she needed to learn shit. Listen, my wife is a highly educated person. My wife is her IQ is very high, bro. I keep telling me my wife graduated high school when she was fucking 16 years old. So, and my daughter been homeschooled. So I shouldn't be so shocked, but I'm still shocked that my daughter knows shit. Like, she knows Spanish, bro. And I ain't saying she know all Spanish, but she knows some Spanish. Like, the fuck? Like, I want to, and my daughter's 10. And she knows some Spanish. And she, we had a little Dominican in this, but still, that ain't how heritage like that. Like, you know what I mean? But ain't nobody taught her that. Like, you know what I mean? I mean, not taught her that, but yeah, she been taught it a little bit. They know it now. Well, she know it now. She learned it. She picked that shit up from school, bro. She actually no, she didn't pick that from school. I'm sorry. Picked up from my wife. My wife taught her that shit. The school didn't teach her that. My wife taught her that. Remember, I kept telling y'all, I say, yo, my daughter don't know about race. She don't. But she know, she said to us earlier, we was just talking and shit, right? I said, she going to a new school or whatever, right? I said, is she was talking about, my wife was talking about teachers or whatever. And I said to my wife, I said, oh, is she a teacher that she was talking, the person she was talking about, I said, teacher, right? I said, she black? She said, my wife say, I don't know. My daughter say, Dad, if she black, she black. I know black and white people. And I said, okay. Basically, she's telling me it don't matter. Mind you, my daughter got a disability, and she understands that shit. So I'll have to teach her certain shit. Like, she get it. Like, no, Dad, no. Is she black or she not? I'm good. That's basically what she was telling me. Okay, I'm fine. But even though she's saying that, she didn't grow up the way I grew up, and she don't receive racism the way I receive racism and no racism. And that's what bothered me. So that's why I'm mad overprotective of my fucking daughter. Because she doesn't understand that. She's raised different, bro. She's raised different. And it's okay. Well, I always tell people, like, I got life to live, bro. Because I gotta protect her. I'm not saying she ignorant to shit. She don't know. But racism like that, she don't really. She know. She tell me, yeah, my teacher's out skin complexion. She black like us, daddy. And I'm like, all right, cool. I get that you know that. Do you really know racism? She ain't been raised like that. She don't know what racism really is. She didn't receive racism like that. My daughter ain't never received that shit like that. That's why that's what scares me, and that's what make me active. That's why this year, my wife said, she's like, why are you switching your days up and shit? I said, I need to be there. And my daughter is, she is fucking right now of in the 5th grade. She's going to go to middle school next year, but this is a big year for her in the 5th grade. So, I told my daughter that. And she's switching schools, and she probably wouldn't have switched to school. Her best friend was my daughter thought that her best friend was leaving to go to another school. I don't think my daughter would have left the school that she was in, which was a public school. She wouldn't have left that. She wouldn't have left the school if she knew her friend was staying. Her best friend. Put it that way, it was her best friend. And so now she found out after she done switched schools. So private school with all my god kids and all of them, they going there and they doing that. And so my daughter, she, it's one of them iffy things, man. I don't know if my daughter gonna really like this new school. She excited about it. That's just my daughter. She always excited about shit. You know what I mean? But I try to look up. I try to look out for her too. I keep that nonchalant shit, and that could be just me. But I keep nonchalant shit about her, like motherfuckers don't like. I always say this shit, right? And I'll leave this. My daughter is the best of me. Right? Like, she's the best of me. Like, I wish I was her when I was a kid. Because the way I grew up and all the challenges that I grew up in and shit like that, I wish I was her. You know what I mean? My daughter's the best in me. She's just the best in me. Ain't no second guessing that. I know she's the best in me. That's the best part of me. I gotta talk about all the fucked up shit in my life or whatever, but I know this little girl's best in me. What I wanted to be, or even I strive to be. She is that. She is all of the good of me. I know that. You ever be around somebody like my daughter, like I'll be around her, and I could be going through some fucked up shit in my life. And this little girl say some shit to me, or whatever the fuck up going on with me, it don't even matter. He say, "Oh, Daddy, you good? You okay?" She will get down to the grind with me. She don't give a fuck. In the moment, she don't give a fuck with it. "Daddy, you okay? You good? You okay?" If I cough wrong, my little girl say, "Daddy, you okay?" But I ain't never had that in my life. Imagine if you cough wrong. If I cough wrong, my daughter say, "Daddy, you okay? You all right?" I say, "No, I'm okay, boo. I'm good. Okay, just asking, Daddy." You know what I mean? And just because she cared. And she was raised. And then, like I said, the way my daughter is raised, I'm proud of that. Because I helped raise her with my wife. We raised her a good person. She cares. From where I come from, and even my wife, she might not grew up the way I grew up, but my wife grew up, she ain't no motherfucking slouch or no shit like that. My wife grew up grimy, and, she grew up in a life I grew up fucked up. So to see my daughter, like, to have that humanity in her, it's the humanity that I see in my daughter. That's what I love about her. And that's what make me keep striving to be better. Because I see the humanity in her. And I didn't have that when I was her age at 10, 11 years old. I ain't had that shit. I grew up in a lifestyle. It's just how I grew up. That's the life. I grew up in the streets. Like, you get what I mean? I ain't, I remember I used to cry when my mom wouldn't come home. And then I remember listen, tell you a story real quick, right? I literally, with my mom, right? And that's how much this shit bothers me to this day. My mom, a nigga, my mom was like, she would choose niggas over her kids. I know it's for a fact. My mom can lie about it or whatever she wants, but I know it's for a fact. My mom would choose niggas over us. And my mom, I remember I was home with my uncle and my godmother. God rest my godmother. So my aunt Bun, she literally raised us. When my mom was on them drugs and she doing all that shit, my aunt Bun was there. She took care of us. That's why, like, if you ask my sister, like, who really is her mom? Say my aunt Bun. And my aunt Bun took care of us. That's why my mother say, like, yo, you ain't like your mom wasn't there. Yo, she wasn't there. My mom was not there. She was not there when I was a kid. She wasn't. We had aunts and uncles and godparents and shit that took care of us. My mom was on them drugs, bro. She was chasing men and shit like that. And my mom was sit here, and even my sister, they'd sit here and like, that shit ain't happened. Even my sister. And that shit happened too. She had like that shit didn't happen. Me and my dad, when I tell them about some shit, right? My mom did that, right? Hey, that was my mom's shit. Ask my dad what he do when I lived with him. I got abused by his girlfriends. All the nigga can tell me, I'm sorry about it. And that's it. And he'll move on from it and say, you should get over it. His girlfriend, mind you, I was a kid. I understand you ain't know no better, I get that. But just to say, oh, nigga, get over it. You should get over it. My dad said, get over it. Well, I ain't know she did that. Well, okay. That's fine. But don't dismiss it and say that shit ain't had no effect on me or how I feel about you. Because she did what she did, but that doesn't mean I have no reason how I feel about you, though. Like, he do that. Then I got cousins and family members. My dad come around, take them on trips and shit now. Everything all good. They all family now. All of a sudden, these are the same motherfuckers that will sit there and be like, you want to spend time with your son. My aunt, she did now. So they get to pretend that this nigga is somebody. That's what they do. My own family do it to me. Tell like my dad is somebody, but the nigga never did anything for me. Never really apologized. Never really like, nigga, it was your girlfriend that abused me. And then you put me on drugs and Ritalin and shit like that, and your girlfriend abused me. And you say, oh, I'm sorry. It's cool. You grown now. Emotionally, that shit fucked me up for years. Hey, I don't give a fuck about that. You know. And then I got cousins and family members that now that he come around and he giving them money now. He do little trips with them and shit like that. And they all, you know, same nigga that they took care of when he didn't take care of me. Give me a second, y'all. Be right back. All right, people, I'm back. Let me get out of here with this one, man. Listen, let me say this. When I be telling y'all, man, I be being real with y'all. I be telling y'all the truth about shit. The crazy shit about it is that I don't hate my life, right? I know all the shit I've been through in my life and shit like that, right? The problem is, for me, I can say this, right? And to be very honest, I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't hate my family and no shit like that. I don't like that. We ain't good. That's what bothered me. But I think a part of me is okay with it. Because it kind of make me who I am. Like, when I was a kid, bro, all my families, that's why they kind of treat me the way they treat me. Because even my grandma, everybody, bro, like, I ain't no fucking family, bro. I grew up the way I grew up. Like, nobody, like, I ain't never felt loved. I ain't never, like, my mom wasn't there, my dad wasn't there. It was always somebody from the family. I grew up the way I grew up. My family can't say that they raised me. He didn't. I got raised by everybody in the family. My mom, all that shit. Yeah, I lived with her some years. Nigga, she didn't raise me. My dad ain't raised me. That's why they can't control me. That's why they get mad at me. It was one thing my wife told me one time. She said, I still feel like I got this anger that I have towards my mom and my dad. I don't. I really genuinely don't. And the reason I don't have that is because of my daughter. That's the only reason I don't have that anger. But if it wasn't, because if I didn't have my daughter, yeah, I'd probably be angry as shit. I have cousins, and nigga, I know you weren't built like that. And you turn on me. Like, I got families that turn on me, homies and shit. Like, nigga, I owe you niggas nothing. Like, nobody showed me, like, they be mad at me about shit because I'm who I am. I ain't changing, nigga. And then, mind you, all of y'all that fuck with me, nigga, they mad at me because I got principles. All the fucked up shit I've been in my life, I got principles. And they hate that. They don't like that. Oh, no, you should do this and you should do... No, fuck you. I got a fucking daughter, nigga. I got a... You niggas... And I always say, y'all, I feel so disrespected from my family and my friends. And my homies and shit. Like, y'all niggas, like, all the shit I sacrifice. And then I always tell my wife, and then I take that shit out on my wife, take that shit out on my family, because I'm like, I'm so hurt and disrespected. And I take that shit out on them because I expect my wife to understand that. Or you know what I mean? Like, and she can't understand that shit. And I take that on, and then I'm being disrespectful, and I drink a little more. You know what I mean? I'm doing some shit I ain't got no business doing. You know what I mean? Because I'm still trying to live up to what I want them to do for me. But they ain't gonna never do it. And that's okay. And I told my wife, I say, I get away from this shit. My own family. I be saying to myself, right, like when I'm out working and shit, I'm happy. I'm happy I'm out working. I'm doing what I'm doing. Like I'm literally doing some shit that I really love to do. I don't even need these motherfuckers. Like, I need to get away from these motherfuckers. Like, cousins and shit like that. Like, niggas turned their back on me. I was like, yo, what the fuck? My own family, my blood. Like, nigga, I know you weren't even like that. You still ain't like that. Ain't about being gangster, but I know you ain't even like that. You a fuck nigga. I remember you, nigga, you wouldn't. I had a cousin that switched on me. This nigga ain't leave the house because back in the day, he got beat on in the hood. Niggas beat on him. And that's before I even got in the streets. This nigga got beat on in the streets before I even got in the streets. I wasn't even a street nigga then. Know nothing about the streets. That nigga got beat on. He quit. Coward. I stand on that shit. But this nigga, to this day, turned his back on me for whatever fuck reason he wanted to. Oh, matter of fact, I'm sorry. I'll tell the truth. So, you drinking too much. I'm drinking now. Nigga, but I ain't no bitch, nigga, and I ain't never been that. Fuck you talking about? But nigga, I know my dad can't stand this nigga. He a bitch. My dad think he a bitch nigga, which I know. I ain't say he a bitch nigga like that, but he ain't like that. He ain't no real nigga like that. But my dad think he a bitch nigga. always think he a bitch nigga. Even if they get close, he still think he a pussy nigga. And mainly because his dad was a pussy ass nigga. But that nigga turned his back on me. I was just talking to my dad like, nah, he ain't like that, yo. He helped, he was there for me in my life. Shit like that. I know he ain't thorough like me, but he was there for me though. I used to always put my cousin like on this, and the nigga turned on me. I said, oh, this nigga is wildin'. I said, oh, that's how these niggas do? Like, it wasn't hard for me to be mad at my dad. I was like, nigga, first of all, nigga, you ain't never did shit for me. Nigga, listen, fuck out of here. You let your woman abuse me, and then, nigga, you wasn't like that. You turned your back on me. Like, it was so much shit with that. I can't even get into details with that. But my dad wasn't shit to me. So it wasn't like hard for me. Like, that nigga wasn't shit to me. But my cousin, that turned on me for this nigga, that I know my dad don't think that nigga, think my cousin, the cousin I'm talking about, my cousin think he a bitch. My dad think he a bitch ass nigga. Listen, I don't think you as thorough as me, but I ain't gonna call you no bitch ass nigga. You a bitch ass nigga. No, you ain't as thorough as who I was or who I am. But I don't call you no bitch ass nigga like that. Like, I wouldn't disrespect you like that. And I probably did. I apologize for it. But if I did that, I apologize. But no. But my dad, he don't give a fuck about you. This nigga's all in your face, take y'all on all them trips, and don't give a fuck nothing about you because he think you soft. And he old. My dad old, nigga. He's 60-something years old. He don't fuck. Talk all that gangster shit, but he's still hanging around niggas that he don't like. The fuck out of here, bro. When I get old like that, I don't want no niggas around me that I don't like. The fuck out of here, bro. These niggas goofy, man. I don't understand. Listen, and it may be just me. I don't like to be around fake niggas. That's why a lot of my niggas, like I hit my nigga up. I sent him some pictures and shit. I was on the vacation with the family. Nigga hit me. I said, yo, we gotta do shit as a family. And I've been saying this shit to this nigga for years. We've been on vacation for the last couple of years. Nigga said, yeah. I ain't doing nothing. You ain't doing nothing. Like, all that fake shit. I'm gonna be right honest with y'all. I ain't gonna lie about it. It's hard for me to find friends, bro. Cause I'm a little dude. Like I don't know how to be fake. So it's hard for me to do that, man. A lot of shit that I'm real in and shit like that, how I move. Everybody ain't me, bro. And I have to, like, a part of me still trying to figure that out. So everybody ain't me, bro. Everybody can't be real. Listen, I got homies and shit. I got my one homie for a fact. That nigga let me be who I am. He know who I am. I let that nigga be who he is. I love that nigga. And he love my daughter. I love my godson. The one thing about me and him is that, nigga, we don't never call each other about taking care of our kids. We never do that. I did that one time with him. And I ain't gonna lie to you, it was more about a loyalty thing. Right? Because I wanted to see how loyal he was. Saying, nigga, yo, I need this, blah, blah, blah. He said, all right, I got you. I can't give you this, though. You know what I mean? That let me know that nigga's still going through the struggle, too. was what I asked him for. He was like, nah, I can't do that. But I can give you this stuff. Is that good? But yeah, nigga, cool. I do the shit. I get the shit from him. I ain't need the shit from him. I ain't gonna lie to you. I didn't. I just wanted to see if my nigga was loyal. So loyal like that to me. And he was. I said, that's my dude. And we don't gotta talk. We ain't gotta have this conversation. This nigga know who I am. You know what I mean? If I really want to hang around this nigga, I really want to get with him and hang around him, I can. But, you know, that nigga got his life, man. You know what I mean? And I keep trying to push this nigga to marriage, and he don't really want that shit. Like, you know what I mean? That's a whole another conversation. But I always try to push him to shit. You know what I mean? That's my nigga. We've been knowing each other since we was fucking, in our early, mid-20s. Put it that way. And I'm 4 years older than him. Right? So, that's my nigga, though. That's what I said. He's probably the only nigga that I know that I can call a dead a mom. And that nigga do anything for me if he can. You know what I mean? If that money right, he can do it for me. If I want to hang with him, I can hang with him. But at the same time, nigga, he got his own shit, nigga. You know, my godson and shit like that. Like, that nigga never called me about no shit. Like, yo, I need you to do this for my God, for your godson. He never called me like that. Like, and I never do that for him. I never did that. You know what I mean? But her birthday coming up, so that nigga gotta come. You know what I mean? That's something different. You know what I mean? But he ain't gotta bring nothing. Gotta buy nothing. That nigga always used to tell me when her birthday came up, he used to say, yo, what she need? And I said, she don't need shit. And then nigga be stuck. And it's like me. Like, I know he take care of his fucking son. You feel me? And ain't nothing I can do for my godson that he don't do. Ain't nothing I fucking can do, bro. Nothing. That nigga take care of his fucking kid. Ain't nothing I can do. Ain't nothing my godson want that his father don't do for him. And it's vice versa. He know there ain't nothing that my daughter will want that I can't do for her. When I hit him with the shit, I was trying to like, yo, it was like a test in a way. It's like, yo, all right, hey, yo, send me $200. Well, I think, no, I wasn't even $200. I think it was like $100 or something like that. Like, yo, I need $100, yo. I fucked up on some shit. I was testing it. Listen, he didn't know that, but maybe he might know that later now. I'm talking about it. Now, he ain't know that. My homeboy ain't know that shit. I was just trying to test him, see where he was at. And we was good. I asked that nigga when and I did it on purpose too. I say, yo, all right, bro. I say, yo, I need you to send me this. He sent me that. Got it. What up? I say, yo, I'm sending you this shit the next week on the same day. I asked him, did I send it the same day? That I said I was going to send it to him. The money that he sent to me. Fuck out of here, bro. I did that shit to test my nigga. Because I ain't felt like nobody give a fuck about me like that. So I tested him. I ain't gonna lie. And this probably fucked up I did that. But with him, he straight sent it to me, though. He told me, like, I asked him for, like, shit that was over top of that. He was like, nah, I ain't only can give you this. I was like, all right, cool. All right. We good, right? I said, yeah. I do the shit. I heard that shit was over, bro. That nigga straight back. Right back. And I did this shit on purpose. I ain't do it to just get him back to him right there. Nigga, I did it on purpose. I'm like, yo, nah, yo. We good, right? So it was like, yo, I need something from you. Can I get it from you? That's how it was. That's my nigga. I was like, yo, can I get it? And he gave it to him. He said, no, I can't give you what you asked me for, but I can give you part of what you asked me for. And I seen that nigga gave me that. I was like, oh, all right, that's still my nigga. We still good. We good. Like, that's my dude. And I knew we was good, but sometimes you got checked, bro, because ain't no niggas real like that no more, bro. My nigga is real like that. We ain't gotta talk like that. We don't do none of that shit. You know what I mean? Like, nigga, his son is my godson. My godson don't never call me for shit. Because his father take care of him. But if my godson ever called me and said he needed something, nigga, I would give him the world like I would give my fucking daughter. I would sacrifice everything I got to give to him. You know what I mean? That's my godson. You know what I mean? That's vice versa with him. He know damn well, like, my daughter don't need shit. Our birthday get ready to come up. You know what I'm ready to do? Tell him, like, yo, you ain't got to bring shit. Just come to the shit. You know what I mean? Bring godson. Bring my godson. You know what I mean? You ain't got to pay for nothing. Just come to it. Because it ain't nothing that he could, if he want to, he can do it. Right? Or vice versa. Right? But I'm like, yo, a lot of times when a lot of shit line up, and my godson a lot of times, yo, he older too. Like, this nigga's like, he just graduated high school. This nigga's different. You know what I mean? It's not like we had kids around the same time. We didn't. You know what I mean? And I understand that my homie, he's younger than me. He's like, what, maybe about 34 years younger than me or some shit like that. So his shit is different. So for me, you know, my godson, he's older. He don't need shit from me. His father been taking care of him for a long period of time. For me, it's different. My daughter's fucking, she be 11 this year in 2 months. God willing, right? So it's not the same. So that's how I look at that shit. So, and I be trying to tell people that, like, yo, there's different levels of like my homie, like, as a kid, like, you know what I mean? His birthday gonna be real big. Not big, but because my wife don't want to do nothing big. This birthday for us, my daughter, but it's like, you know, I'm gonna do something simple. But like I said, I'm telling him, you know, I'm gonna hit him up. I'm like, yo, you gotta come to this. Like, you know what I mean? This is our 11th birthday. You know what I mean? It's her, whatever. You know what I mean? And we don't do that shit like that. Like, I'll be telling people, like, we don't do, like, we love each other, and we come from whatever, like my homeboy, like, yo, that shit is all good. But he doesn't, like, we don't do this. Like, this nigga is my man, 100 grand. If I need that nigga, he will do some shit. But we don't do that shit like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if I call this nigga dead and I say, yo, we need to hang, do some shit. We good. Man, ain't nothing to talk about. And people keep acting like it's the same. It's not the same. That's my nigga, 100 grand. But anyway, leave comments, hit the like button. Support your boy, Mr. OB. Peace and love to the world.